State your business.
None may go in and out as they please.
State your business.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Moon? What's up, Ost?
You know, there are better ways to seek out our enemies
Computers,
than,
what's going on?
standing here.
I love computers. Some people will be happy to find out I've been using Child in this team. Kook, what's going on? I don't know if this team has a ton of synergy, but it's just using my, like, an Overworld team. It's gonna feel bad when I'm gonna get Child's bow, and then, I'm gonna put it on Sarah, I think. I still don't like him that much, but I don't know. I kind of just was walking around and I was like, I really wish I had a bow right now. And so I just popped it on because I don't know, like I don't really need the damage from like Xingqiu or anything. So just, I don't know, just having a bow is pretty nice for just overworld stuff. And the benefit is slight but present in Jean's normal attacks. What is the difference, by the way? Let me see what that difference is. There's the +1 to Jean's normal attacks. The mythical O, what's going on? Mythical O, or is that an O or a 0? I don't know which it is. I can't tell. Let me see here, because we got... I just wanted to see the difference here, because okay, so that's 14. I am a big... Oh, Mythical 0. Okay, got it. I'm a big fan. I know some people disagree with this, especially for Overworld stuff, though. I really like having a team that can just work on everything. And so having a bow is handy. Having a claymore is handy. Having double animo is just mostly because I like these two characters and their batteries. But I don't run Jean with Superconduct, but I do run her as hybrid DPS, right, with physical and a kill of Livonia, but with a Animo Goblet. So what I used to run was Xingqiu, and that would give me a decent amount of damage on her physicals without needing Superconduct, because again, it's nice to have for a single target deck. What's going on? You know, for single target, it's nice to have that extra like physical damage for Jean. So my thought process was I was using like Xingqiu and Beidou for Electrocharge and Kazuha for AoE, but then Jean, let's see here, 13. Okay, well that's 1,000. That's over 1,000 difference for using Child because of that +1 to the normal attacks. Like that's pretty good. Let me see the difference now with Xingqiu. Plus, obviously, I can swap to Child for driving Beidou when I'm using like AoE. Let me try Xingqiu. Because again, I do like having Jean's like single target physical damage is good. Let me see, where's Xingqiu at? Xingqiu will be better, but I just want to see how much better Xingqiu will be. Because Xingqiu it buffs the damage and spreads physical. So just wanted to see, let's see. Oh, come on, just crit please. Oh, give me a break. Okay, try this again. 16, okay. So Xingqiu gets me up from 13 to 16, and Child gets me from like 13 to 14. So Xingqiu is obviously better, like for Jean's single target damage. But the benefit was I was using Xingqiu with Mona, and so I really wanted that pyro application for Mona. But without using that, the better combo I think is using Child, so I can get some electro charge damage. But yeah. Well, there's Eula, and Xingqiu is that also, right? Xingqiu's burst is AoE. And also, the way you'd use Xingqiu is do your thing and then just spin, right? And especially if you were using Skyward, you'd be launching those blades everywhere, right? So there is AoE physical, just not Rosaria. Rosaria doesn't have AoE physical, really, other than like you can maybe hit 2 targets, you charge through them, I guess. I don't know. But I figured people would be happy that I was using Child. And again, I'm using... yeah, although her ult is like 50-60% of her damage. But I guess if you were using Eula for multiple targets, I'd probably pair her up with Beidou and Fischl. Like a Beidou, Fischl, Eula, Diona team. Yeah, I know. If he joins, I gotta change out if he joins. we can't be appeasing the toxicity. At least he's like entertainingly toxic. If he ever starts to become like, you know, like frustratingly toxic or like offensively toxic, then we'll have to deal with it. But someone who's just hyper obsessed with Tartaglia, you know, I think it's fine. Fine for now. You gotta take it for what it is. I'll show you the build. What's up, Jonah? I have it's not the best build in the world, but I swapped around a lot of shit. Actually, this whole day was swapping around my Hydro characters stuff, and I don't have great Hydro stuff. And this is drunk stream again today. I don't have like amazing Heart of Depth gear. It was fine, but it was kind of carried by Widstith and yeah, I'm gonna try to do these. I think I'm gonna do these a lot because they're fun for me. I don't really plan much, and I'll just keep going until I'm bored or you're bored. I don't have a ton of like, I don't have an agenda or anything, but oh fucking hang on, we can fix this. Hang on. It's YouTube. It picks I swear to God, it's random. It's so random, man. Okay, so I actually was using Shimenawa on him when I was using, like when we were doing like the build for him. Hang on here. So okay, here we go. Genshin Impact. There, the game should be fixed now. There, and I updated the thumbnail. Yeah, I don't. Here, I fixed it. The game should be changed now. Yesterday it said Dragon Quest. I don't fucking know why it does that. But it just picks a game at random. I don't know. It's so dumb.
Scheming on an ever grander scale, no doubt.
Okay. So one second. Let me pull up chat just in case I miss any. I'm gonna pull up chat on my computer. Cookie Run? No, I don't. I actually have no idea what Cookie Run even is, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure it's like another gacha game or something, right? But I have no idea. I've never even seen a screenshot of it. Can't kill it. Well, I can do that when I'm in when I get a Skyward. Oh, you know what? You know what's funny? You actually, I could. Because there's You all gotta think. You gotta think harder when you make these challenges. If your goal is to make them impossible, right? It's actually not impossible to do that because, and plus you didn't specify. I could do like a low level, right? But so when you use Skyward, right? I'll go over the build stuff in a second, but let's like look at Skyward. All you said was use Child's melee stance, right? Look. He can still do physical damage in melee stance. Even without Skyward Harp, which I don't have currently. Oh, but I do have Iridescent Hunt, and that does do physical damage. So, combine, goddamn. I can combine, I can do, hang on, I can just shit. Okay, hang on. It's like y'all forgot about this too. It would be better if I had Skyward Harp, I think. I actually don't know how much damage that does compared to this. Like, what does this do? That's critting for 700. Actually, that's pretty solid. That Iridescent Hunt damage is solid.
No time to lose.
Yep. I can combine them. The Iridescent Hunt also, right? So Iridescent Hunt might even be better actually, because well, Skyward Harp is AOE too. I actually I don't have it, so I can't look at it. I guess it is, yeah, it's R1. I was using it on Fischl. Poor Fischl's got my level 70 rust. Okay, so here's what was going on. Not yesterday, but day before, whenever I built Child the first time. I was using 4-piece Shimenawa, which was pretty decent stats on it. The real main reason why I swapped it out is because I wanted to put the Fate set on Mona, and then that left my artifacts from Mona basically over to Child. So, but the problem is then also that this Fate set was mostly on Xingqiu. So, hang on here. So, where's Xingqiu at now? So he had the Fate set. So, here's what I've done. My Xingqiu is kind of on the back burner anyway, because again, I threw Child in this team where Xingqiu was. But I wanted Xingqiu to have some gear if I were to use him. Okay. So here's my backseat Xingqiu build. It's about 50-100 crit. It's like basic ass crit, 200 ER, plenty ER. Right, R5 sack sword, and then it's not the most damaged possible set, but 2-piece Heart of Death, 2-piece Emblem. Now I could swap out a 2-piece Emblem for 2-piece Noblesse. I just don't have good Noblesse pieces to spare for him without taking him off like Shangling or something. So, alright, so that was the placeholder for him. Then that still left me with a pretty decent Child build after I stole Iridescent Hunt. We're at 60-154, which is like pretty good. It's like Amos bow for Child. Oh yeah, I mean it's decent just because the damage. Increased base attack, yeah. Skyward would be better. I just don't have it. I just got Amos the other day. I haven't even leveled it up yet. I don't really have a character that it's good on. But I'm probably going to roll on his bow for Sarah. And that's going to piss some people off. But I think what I'll probably end up doing... yeah, I can stick it on Amber, I guess. I don't have Ganyu. I don't really plan on getting Ganyu. On Yoimiya, I have Yoimiya's bow. Yeah, I could stick it on Amber. What I'll probably end up doing is leveling up this stringless all the way up to 90, and then popping that on Fischl. Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it on Yoimiya. I really don't like swapping out my stuff. What's up, free to play noob? And then I'll probably leave Iridescent Hunt on him because he's never gonna really be like my main carry or anything, so I don't really feel the need to like get a 5-star bow on him. But I'll probably put Stringless on Fischl. Then I would have the choice of putting Rust on him. I have an R5 Rust, but then I'd have to farm for better crit stuff for him, and I don't really want to do that. So I'll probably just leave this on him, and leave this 4-piece Heart of Depth on him. Yeah, you want to see Kazuo is so good. Let's see. Yeah, I mean the only problem is like, does Azda have a weak point? I don't think so. Right? Some enemies don't have weak points. That kind of limits some of those that bow build where you would just build all crit damage. So I don't really like doing that for that reason. No, maybe my friends list is way more than full currently. Sorry, I'm literally over the friends list maximum. Do I like any weapons design aesthetically? Let's see. Let's have a look at the weapons. Let's start with swords. I love the Aquila Favonia design. That might be my favorite. And it looks so good on Jean. This weapon looks so fucking cool. Like I really like just the blade part, the little edge part is glowing. I really like that sword. Jade Cutter, I really like it on Kazuha. I don't like the color of that. And I'm kind of a minimalist. I mean, I kind of like the Favonia. Like this sword, I kind of like. Yeah, these are okay. This one's a little bit much for me. But I'd say Aquila Favonia is definitely like probably top my favorite. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Yeah, that's why I rolled it basically. That's why I got the Moon Glows because I want a Jade Cutter for Kazuha. I don't really like any of the books, but that's because the books are pretty basic. Moonglow does look pretty nice, though, I gotta say. It's a really shitty weapon, but I do think it looks nice. As far as bows go, none of the bows look amazing. I really like this bow on Yoimiya, just the color looks nice. I'm not gonna say that I love the design in general, but I think it looks good. Stringless? I don't love stringless personally, but I can see why you might. Again, this is the only bow that I think looks kind of nice, and I think it's like a little bit over the top, but I think it looks good on Yoimiya. And then let's see, spears. I think a lot of these look nice. I actually really like, of all the Skyward weapons, I like this one probably the most. Oh wait, no, actually, I like the. Yeah, I think most of these look pretty good. I think that looks nice, I think that looks nice, and I think her weapon looks nice. Spears look pretty good. As far as claymores go, I don't love Broken Pines. I don't like the color. I wish it were just like silver instead of blue, frankly. I kind of like the way the Unforged looks. I know this is an unpopular opinion. I like the Unforged unascended. As long as, if it were white like this, I would like it. But I know that it turns piss yellow when you when you raise it, and I don't like that. I do like this. I like the Skyward Pride. I mean, this is funny, right? Yeah. Did I miss any categories of weapons? We got them all right. Bows, spears. Yeah, there's some that I like. And again, there's some that I like only on certain characters, right? Yeah. But that's my Tartaglia build. 6150, you'd want the crit a little bit higher, but you know, it is what it is. It's not bad. ER a little bit low, I think. that's fine for child, right? It was a little low on Shimenawa child. I needed like 140, 150 for Shimenawa child, but gliders. We can do gliders, that's fine. But then now my Mona build is pretty spicy. Oh wait, crit rate. No, what did I do? Oh, that's because oops, wrong button. There we go. My Mona build is now pretty good. The main thing I got out of Mona was more ER. I don't. There's no physical bow user that I would use, so I rated it pretty poorly. I think you could do a physical official if you really wanted to, but I don't particularly like it, but you could do it. I don't have it, so I can't tell you for sure. I mean, you could even do a physical Sarah, right? I mean, she has. I remember. I did it off the top of my head. I remember it looking fine. I had no problem with it. But pretty good. I do a fair bit more burst damage with Mona now, which I'm pretty happy about. Her autos took a hit. For reference, I had 4-piece Heart of Depth on Mona because I like to just whip her out in co-op and stuff, and she's C6, so there's like some incentive because right, her C2 gives a free charge attack every 20% of the time, and then this is up to 180% charge attack damage. So there was incentive to do Heart of Depth on her, but I don't do that super often, and so I threw on the Fate set on her, and now Mona's looking better than she was before. Her burst damage is better than it was, and what I ended up with was a slightly worse Xingqiu, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, you can disagree, a perfectly passable child build. And so I got him up to 80. He was at 70. I ascended him to 80 today and got him to 80. And then I did level his talents a little bit. Now they're 597, which I know is not amazing, but if I ever get any more, I can level that up to 10, 5, 10, 7. That was my goal. So once I have some resin, I can do that. So I think it's like a free to play child. I think. Well, minus the fact that he's C3. He's maybe a dolphin child. I'm always short on Mora. I play by farming Mora as little as possible. My strategy for that is basically this. Events and stuff typically give you Mora. Like lots of Mora. And I don't want to spend resin on a surplus of Mora. I would rather get artifacts with my resin. Does that make sense? So I don't want to spend any more resin on Mora than I ever need to. And because of that, that's why I have like really good artifacts. I'm always Mora poor, but my artifacts are banging. Like this is like top tier Raiden build. Like I don't think you get much better than this really. It's like really hard to imagine a significantly better Raiden. Or even like a significantly better Jean or Kazuha. Is Jean easy? Jean is easy to use. I don't use mobile, so I couldn't tell you if it's easy to use on mobile. I can tell you that Jean is not easy to build as a main DPS, though. So I'll explain why Jean is not easy to build if you're trying to make her main DPS, but she's super easy to build if you're trying to make her just a support, right? If you're trying to make her a support, then just go put 4-piece Viridescent on her, and then like you're good to go. Don't build Elemental Mastery on Jean though, Right, just build, if you're using her as support, what I would do is probably ER even. I'd probably do ER, ER, animo, crit, or attack if you're using an ER weapon. Like, you want high ER on her if you're using her as support. Um, yeah, I always basically just keep my Mora at 0, frankly. Just always at minimum. Um, but if you're using Jean as a main DPS, right? The reason why she's so hard to build is because you have to decide if you want a physical or animo Jean. And one is better than the other at certain times. If you're building a sub DPS Jean, you also could build her two-piece Viridescent, two-piece Gladiator. But that is like, the reason why that's hard, like building anyone like that is hard, is because you need decent damage stuff, right? You know what I mean? Like, you could build Jean as ER attack crit or attack crit, right? Or just attack, you know, as a pure healer build. But once you want to make her do damage, it starts to become more challenging. Yeah, I think we'll do some co-op in a little while here. Her artifact. Hu Tao can use Shimenawa, so that makes it a little bit easier. I would just do Shimenawa for anyone who can use Shimenawa because of that fate set. That's how I because of farming for Raiden, right? Because of Raiden, I ended up with 2.5 extra sets, basically, that allowed me to do, like, 4-piece, you know, Fate set on Mona and still have a decent set. I have 4-piece... My 4-piece Fate set is on Mona, on Beidou, and Sarah. So that's 3 Fate sets, and then a half on Xingqiu. So I have 3.5 Fate sets. And from getting 3.5... Oh, wait, no, and Raiden. Right, so Raiden has Fate. Mona has Fate. I should say Emblem. I mean, people call it Emblem. Raiden, Mona, Beidou. Who did I miss? Raiden, Mona, Beidou. Definitely half on Xingqiu. Is it 3.5? Did I miss one? Or maybe 3.5 sets. So because of that, I have like a couple of Shimenawa sets also.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
No, I'm not. I'm not free to play. Yeah. Should you say for? I mean, I don't know. You know, it's hard. If you're free to play, it's hard. I can't really tell you. I don't have a good sense of how long it takes us. I can tell you that Kazuha is really fun for me. What's up, Lee? I pull based on like fun mostly.
One with nature.
No time.
Into the wind. Cloud time.
The birds, you can run, but you can't hide.
Oh no, crit. Whatever. We would have done like 60k probably, or something. I actually want to try that out. I want to see. Oh, whoops, let's put Beidou on.
Time to go.
I think it's $5. Also, just Jean is such a tank, and also with the kill of Avonia, whether or not it were like the best damage. I mean, watch this. Just look at my health. Like, it's just so satisfying to just never worry about dying ever. I love it. I love it. I've been, I guess you could join for now. Yeah, okay. Pile in, folks. First come, first serve. Yeah, 90 primos a day is pretty big. It doesn't seem like a lot, but that's because you just get so few fucking primos from everything else.
A blade embraces.
Anyone else want to join? Oh yeah, I should mention I'm North America server. If you're not sure how to join, just go to the co-op menu. Make sure you tab over. I think there's UID and like the name also, whatever. Make sure you're using the UID, and then the number is on the bottom right hand corner of the stream, of my screen here. Just paste it in, you can join, and I'll just take it. What I wanted to do was, you know, I think in my description of like the community post, wanted to do some like just digging around a bit with co-op teams. Oh no! Well, hurry up, Jonah, get that shit. Start gotta kill some hilichurls. How many hilichurls is that? It's like 1 million hilichurls. Go get them. Yeah, Gene is very satisfying to use. If you don't want to, I'm gonna give it another second if someone wants to join in. Otherwise, we'll take a rando in. But what I wanted to do was like try some co-op teams. I'll explain what I mean. That like there's certain teams that seem like they don't work very well in solo play, but would work really well in co-op, right?
Are all working hard.
Like for example, I think Child and Yoimiya seem like they would work very well in co-op together. Sarah and Eula work really well in co-op together.
Oh, protect us.
There's some combinations of teams that seem very well suited for co-op that would otherwise not work.
As a jeweler cherishes
right?
gems.
How much have I killed Child? Not very much. I don't find the Child fight very fun. You know what? I've killed a lot of Azdaha. This will be somewhat, I'm not gonna say embarrassing, but you'll see behind the curtain a little bit here. I've killed Azdaha a lot of times. Where's he at here? The Child?
Onwards. We
94? I don't really run Child. It's not like a particularly fun fight. Whereas I already have 385 Senora, but I have 3,700 Azdaha kills. Because I use them to try out my builds, and I just, like, when I'm bored, I'll throw a couple Azdaha runs in. And so, this is, like, my go-to, just, I'm bored, I'll just fuck around. Yeah. Like I said, if I'm bored, I want to, like, the way you might run, like, Abyss, you know, I'll run Abyss similarly. I'll run Abyss like 10 times and try different teams out on Abyss. But I'll run Azaha with a team, or I'll just run it solo, like literally with one character, and just see, like, you know, just do it for build testing. Because there's not like a lot of enemies that are quite like Azaha as far as, like, you know. I'm gonna give it a second. Is there anyone who wants to join? Otherwise, we'll get a random person in. If you type it in chat, I'll hang on. I'll give you a second to join. Actually, I'm gonna take 30 seconds. I'm gonna grab another drink, and I'll be right back. And then, oh, you don't need to. You don't need a friend. You can just search the UID and join that way. Do you want to join, John? Just pop the UID in the co-op menu. Like, just go to the co-op menu and then add in the UID.
A blade embraces
No, I'll wait for you.
As a jeweler
And then I'll take a quick break.
gems.
I just gotta take a piss and grab another drink. It's all good.
So this
Better
is
start grounding on a North America character.
I'm learning more about you.
We have work to do.
Oh, is that you? Who's that? I don't know. Sean, is that you or is that someone else? I just took whoever. First come, first serve.
Take this.
Alright, I'm gonna be back. Give it like 30 seconds. Or so.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Okay, I've returned. Right? So there's some things you can already look at and see, like, where is their synergy? Right? Like, Kazuha and Klee actually make for a good team. Or Jean, right? Sucking in the bombs. That's the kind of stuff you, like, want to look for. Kill but no Jean. Well, Kill Pavoni is good on a lot of characters, right? It's probably technically the best in slot on Bennett. It's pretty good on physical Kaching, physical Kaya. Right, so just looking at this team here, right? So there's like, where would you can just be who you want to be, and then I'm just gonna like walk through like how would you make a decision that's like a good team, right? Right. Well, just automatically we have Raiden and Ayaka, right? Like, so for me, an obvious go-to is gonna be Sarah, right? Because Sarah is C6. If you weren't using that, you could use Mona, right, to buff both Raiden and Ayaka are pretty strong burst damage. the more you coordinate, the more Mona is really strong in co-op, right? If you can get all 3 other people's bursts going when you pop in Monas. But if you're just kind of Oonga Boongie in, like, Sarah's really great because I could just keep full burst uptime. And the way you'd want to play Sarah in co-op is a little bit different, because another team that would work well here and you instead of Ayaka over here, but like because we have Ayaka and Raiden, I'm gonna be playing Sarah basically in melee range, right? So I can have like permanent uptime on everybody in melee range. Right, on Raiden and Ayaka, I want to keep my uptime up.
Will not absolve you!
Quiver!
And not only that, like when you're playing in melee range with Sarah, you're actually going to generate more energy because you're going to trigger her passive a little bit more.
You witness your reckoning.
Yeah, it's only Electro, but Raiden is in the team, right? So that's why that makes it worth it.
Quiver!
Even though he's, you know, he's resistant to Electro this week, but it's okay.
For 1,000-year pain.
The reason why Sarah's is good, right? I can be standing. Let's say this, like Ayaka was Ganyu. I can stand back here and buff both of us, right? That's why Sarah is actually so good in co-op. Because you can be buffing, right, all over the place and have full uptime in multiple places. Right? If Bennett had dropped his buff over there, right, it would be out of it already, right? Yeah, it's pretty insane on Azaha. It's insane. It all hits. Yeah. Right, like there's trade-offs for it, and then you have to factor in, people will always kind of like overlook the fact that just Sarah's burst does an insane amount of damage.
There is no escape. Glory to the shaman.
So like Sarah's just a more offensive option. But not only that, there's also good synergy with like your team, right? So with like Jean, your Jean heals scale on attack, but so do like Sayu's and Chi-Chi's.
Into the wind.
So if you wanted to, if you were struggling a little bit, you could just focus your buffs on your Jean, and then your Jean could be healing the team for more. They're just like kind of like clever things you could be doing as Sarah, and that's something I will definitely do as Sarah. I'll throw a fucking buff over on Jean, right? Can we try which team? The team that we're on. Like Klee, Ayaka. That works. Sure.
Grounded for a whole day, but it's way worth it because the fish tastes so good.
The gay in the chat.
Onwards.
I mean, pretty good.
To do.
Statistically likely that there's
These bombs.
two people that are gay in the chat.
Wherever in
Probably.
this world I
Usually
roam,
is this a
I
little
carry
let's see
memories
here.
of my home.
Alright, we're rolling with
This blade.
this
It is the
instead.
last
Are
link
you doing
I
a
have to the
physical?
land
Is
of
that
my
physical
birth.
fish doll?
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
What's up, Res Kid? This team works. I wouldn't say this team is typically synergistic, but the reason why it's synergistic is because my Jean does a pretty obscene amount of physical damage. So like the Super Conductor will be nice for me. I don't think most people build their Jeans physical anymore. Alright, great for 14. Thanks for subscribing, Res. Appreciate it.
No atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Yeah. Well, she's hybrid, right? So she does. She's like half biz, half
Today,
animal.
you witness your
But yeah.
reckoning!
Yeah, it's good buff from Jean.
Into the wind.
Swear by my sword.
Much reminds me
Oh, bummer.
The wind's blows.
Earth will not absolve you! You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not.
Yeah, it seems like Jean is pretty
By royal
baller.
decree,
Do any of you, Lemon, Selena, Barbados, do any of you have like Zhao builds?
Experience an eon of suffering.
Into the wind.
Wind, hear me.
go as flat. Odds reveal. Go as flat. Go as flat.
Does anybody else have, I think there's pretty decent,
Barbados, guide us.
attack speed, synergy that only works in co-op because there's C2 Jean, there's Eula, and then there is, Yoimiya who hyper benefits from attack speed.
Not be destroyed.
Does anybody else have either Broken Pines or C2 Jean or did you get the no shield achievement? Nice. I'm trying to think what else. So it's just for attack speed. It's C2 Jean or Broken Pines. Do any of you three have either of those? That's a bummer. What you could try to do, right? There's a couple teams where this would work, right? So again, this is a team that works. I think would work like extremely well in co-op. Would be an attack speed focused team. If you were using Jean, Eula with Broken Pines, and Raiden. And then you could throw in Sarah for the attack buff. The reason being is Eula and Jean can both buff attack speed, which does two things, right? It gives Eula the ability to add another like 1 or 2 stacks to her burst, and it gives Raiden another slash or 2 during her burst. So doing an attack speed focused team would be pretty good. Sucrose and Kaching. Oh, you have a Kaching? I can throw in Sarah for you.
Stand clear.
Strike.
I think the easiest thing would be to try out like a bunch of Sarah teams because I'm guessing not very many people have C6 Sarah,
Quiver.
but it's such a big buff. It's fine. And like, we look at the numbers when he's electro resistant, but just well, it doesn't matter. He's only electro resistant at the end. It doesn't matter. We have let's see, Raiden, Cleave, Barber Motor for the constant. Over app reaction? Oh, or is that over vape? I see what you're saying. You could do that. Would that be enough?
Strike your foe takes
I
unity
guess
between
it would
mind,
probably
arrow,
be enough
and
Hydro to
hand.
keep up. Enough Pyro. We could do it. We could try an overrape team.
Absorption test. Stand clear.
You're good.
Don't we have a job to do?
I actually think there's a better overvape team, though, which would be Child, Yoimiya, and Raiden, and then kind of just like Flex at that point. I think Child and Yoimiya in co-op could be really good. Does anybody have Child or Yoimiya on this team? I mean, I guess you have Yanfei is pretty similar, right?
A blade embraces its duty.
Toma. Toma, if you're building, Toma is like support.
Except over time.
HP. He probably works well with the Fate set. Most of his damage is going to come from the Emblem of Fate set because most of his damage is his burst, right? Pretty much anyone who's most of their damage is their burst.
Is to watch over the mountains
You should just throw an Emblem of Severed Fate, because even if it's not their best possible set, it's the most resin efficient because the most characters can use either Shimenawa or that set. Like, any characters you can just get Shimenawa or a Fate set on them, just do it. Let's see.
Incoming.
Oh, okay, you're using Keqing. We can do a Keqing. I'll do Sarah with his party. Right. Like for like this party, like if you're using Yanfei and Yoimiya both would benefit from like a Mona or a Child, right? One thing I definitely want to try doing at some point is like a hyper coordinated co-op team
in its own right.
So one you could imagine would be a hyper burst focus team. You did Crimson Wish. I mean, Crimson Wish could be fine, especially if you're doing like, let's say you're using
Shogun's will.
Let's say support for a like main DPS Raiden. I don't know. I guess he could overload. Depends on who hits first, right? Geez, you can use whoever you want. I'm just gonna buff Keqing. Yeah, I mean if you have like Bennett, I guess. Because
is a strange and unprecedented
Diana works.
one
Is your
indeed.
Keqing physical or electro? I think most, well, tenacity is skill, not burst, right? So while it sounds good to use 4-piece Millilith, his damage is coming from his burst, not his skill. So 4-piece Millilith is not going to be good on Toma, unfortunately. But I think you probably want Emblem of Severed Fate.
Storm the front! Don't blink! Cut to the chase!
Rumble!
Flash! Think you can bully me?
Fisher!
River!
Yeah, definitely don't farm Millilith for Toma, because that's not going to be good on him.
Glory to the Shogun! Strike!
The enraged heart will not absolve you!
Yeah, it would be better if Xinyan's shield scaled on HP. She can trigger Millilith, but the problem is she only triggers Millilith if you hit multiple enemies with her shield, which isn't always the case, right? If you're fighting a boss, she's not triggering 4-piece Millilith except for when you trigger her burst. Right, to get the full. And if you have C2, assume you have C2. So, Millilith is okay, but it's not the best set for Xingqiu, frankly.
No turning back.
I think she's a good runner on, she has a 15-second cooldown on her burst. For me, I use 4P's Noblesse on her, and it's great, I think. That's the way to go on Xingqiu. Oh, I just teleported the wrong way. What happened? Did someone leave?
Strike. Glory to the Shogun. Flash.
Yeah, I would leave that on. Purpose Noblesse, right? Because the way I use Xingqiu is as shield and like shield support and burst DPS. Well, that's gonna like her burst is most of her damage then. Well, it's like all of her damage, frankly, in that build. And so just using 4P's Noblesse because she has a 15-second cooldown. Yeah, if you're using her as main DPS, retracing Bolide would be good. You might still want to run her with like a Geo character, even if they're not a shielder, just to get some like being able to trigger crystallize, even if you're not using a shielder, would still be good.
Experience an eon of suffering.
But running her with like Noelle, I think a double Pyro, double Geo team would be weirdly good for Xingqiu as a physical, even though. Just because, right, use Bolide, the Geo Resonance.
Strike. Storm the front. Flash.
Cowardly insect.
Strike.
I wish they would make Xingqiu's shield like work the whole party.
Glory to the Shogun. Flash.
The enraged earth will not absolve you.
Retreat. Strike.
I mean, did you leave? Oh, you're still here. Okay. You just left the instance. I was gonna ask.
Back to the earth.
No turning back. Flash.
Oh no. Oh no.
Life is not a
Damn it. I got too close.
Crumble.
That's a janky ass fucking attack, frankly. So you gotta be like, you have to be far away when he starts casting it, basically. Yeah, and there's some attacks you can't dodge here. Alright. Ching, not the way to go, sounds like. Full Geo team.
retreat.
Yeah, but Geo Resonance, right? Shreds. You're right, if you're using Zhongli, it's shredding 20%, and then also Geo Resonance shreds Geo.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
No, Yanfei. Poor Yanfei. Right, if you were gonna use Yanfei, here, why don't we try this out? I'll use Child, my freshly built Child. Right?
Lizard tail.
My guess is you will mostly be
What is
reverse
going into
vaporizing.
This dreadfully disgusting cocktail.
Characters don't have shield. Sure, but if you're using 4 Geo characters on this fight, you're creating crystallized shields the entire time, right? So,
You dare overstep your
at
mortal
least the second
authority?
and third phase.
Go as far. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Let's light it up.
Oh, maybe there's enough power that I'm actually vaporizing.
Off we go.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Will not absolve you! Today, you witness your reckoning!
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Going in. Off we go. Light it up. Everybody stand back.
There is no atonement for 1,000 years.
Oh no, lemon. Do you have C4 lemon? Because that would help.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not. Come, experience an eon of suffering.
Riptide.
Teamwork is framework.
No time to lose.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Shouldn't let your guard down. No time to lose.
To dust!
Benny's adventure team. I have failed you.
We're good, I got it. We're salad.
Shifting sands know not the mountain's permanence.
Bring it on.
Easy. We got it.
Will not be destroyed.
Now, does anyone have... I guess we were using Yanfei seemed okay. The thing is interesting, because I actually think we were applying so much pyro because we were doing some Bennett's. Bennett has strong pyro, right? So it takes... Well, it's still one hydrosid eraser, but then we also have gene swirling pyro from Bennett's burst plus CR. So I think actually in this party, Child was doing a lot of actual vaporizing, which is pretty wild. What you'd want to do probably, right, is you'd want a character that's got slower but heavier attacks to vaporize their shit, like a Hu Tao, right? Even. Or Yoimiya doing like her full string would probably be interesting. But I think if you were using Child and Yoimiya, they would just be exchanging vaporize, which would be a pretty interesting like synergy, I would say. Does anyone have Hu Tao? of the three here. Just shake it up. Just pick 3 random characters. Oh, okay. Alright. See you later, Selena. We'll have room for one more. Someone wants to pile in. Okay. Sounds good. See ya. Okay, he's Traveler. Wait, which Traveler is that? Is that Electro? Electro Traveler? Okay. Anyone else want to join in? Others will pull in a rando. If you want to join, just say in the chat and I'll wait. Otherwise, I'll just bring in a rando here. I think Sarah's got a pretty good voice actor generally. Okay. I'll wait. Is that another person who does co-op Asdaha for fun? Always good to find a like-minded person. Yeah, if someone wants to go Geo, you may as well do Geo Residence. If someone wants to go Geo, then we should use 2 Geo for the Geo Residence. My UID is on the screen, in the bottom right corner. Yeah, I mean, alternatively, we could do like we already have a buff team here. Look at this. We have Kazuha, we got Bennett, and we got Sarah. I could always flip over to Mona too if you wanted to do that. You do. I could just do some sort of a hyper buff team.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Let's see. What do we roll? Right. But if you can get it, you can double it up. Right? You can run Yanfei with an EM Electro main character. And then you can just get her burst back, right? So what you could do
the duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains and forests.
So we could do
That of the Kujo clan
Maikon,
is to
just put on
guard
your
Inazuma.
I guess your best elemental DPS. Who you got?
This blade.
Oh, we lost someone.
It is the last link I have.
Alright, we
to
got
the
room
land
for
of
another
my
person.
birth.
See you later, Barbados. Yeah, just type. You can do it in the co-op menu and just search. Just go to this menu here. When you're here, it'll look different than this. There'll be a bar at the top. Just pop that up. So what you want to do with Yanfei, you can definitely do 4-piece Shimenawa Yanfei. What you want to do is partner her up with. You don't have to do that. I mean, but the easiest way would be to do this. Would be to partner her with Electro main character. Right? She's dropping 4 per amulet, right? So 12 energy right there. Right? Yeah, does anyone want to join? I'm waiting for a second. But so if you were doing
just the tune to accompany them.
We got someone. So if you were doing against Shimenawa Yanfei, what you want to do is throw down the Electro main character amulets, then use Yanfei's skill, and then pick up the amulets right away, and then use her burst. You would do that. Here, we can do that, sure. Okay, 1 second.
Starfall!
Let's look. We're gonna do character showcase. 57, 118. Good, almost like 1-to-2 ratio. Got some ER, 128. Could be higher for Electro, right?
Over the mountains and forests.
Black.
Out of the Cujo plan is
I guess if you were in co-op and you're just battering yourself, right? Then I guess you can just battery yourself. I guess you don't need ER, huh? Oh, rainbow set. Okay. C6, of course. Okay, main DPS. Okay, we can do this. You want to do a main DPS Electro Traveler? Wait, is that you have a rainbow set on, right? I was gonna say we could do physical DPS for you, or we could do it's gonna be bad. But I was gonna say we could do a pyro version where basically you'd be triggering overload on yourself. I'm gonna do that real quick, actually, because it doesn't really matter. We're not really trying that hard to kill him quickly. But so Lemon, when you use your burst, right? Does someone have Mycon or Danzin? Do either of you have like an Electro character or just like a good battery that you could use to just help Lemon get energy? So what you want to do is use your Electro Traveler, make sure you're standing on my burst, and what you're going to want to do is just use your burst while you're using the Pyro Infusion, and you can trigger Overload. And so one thing I've done is just build Electro Traveler as full Elemental Mastery, and then make a great Overload trigger. That's how you'd use her with Yanfei, but you could also use her with C6 Bennett in the same way. That's also why Raiden is so good with C6 Bennett. Right? Raiden is in a hyper carry team.
Where did that come from?
Hey, what's up, Hammy? Raiden in a hyper carry team with C6 Bennett is getting the pyro bonus from C6 Bennett, but also is triggering overload for herself. No, I can't. My friends list is like 20 over the limit.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on.
So overload on yourself, because when you're using either the Electro main character or Raiden as the main DPS, what they're going to do is they're going to hit with a pyro melee attack. Their follow-up subsequent attacks will be triggering overload on the pyro they just applied. So they're going to overload their own melee attacks. Does that make sense? Because their attacks will be pyro because of C6 Bennett here.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
And then Rosaria will be melting her damage, frankly. It'll be interesting to see. Right, so look at all the overloads that are triggering, right? That's because everyone's hit right now is triggering overload. Everyone is triggering overload.
Adventure time.
Will not absolve you! Today, you witness your reckoning.
Oh no! I mean that would happen if you were playing as like Razor, maybe, because Razor would be infusing himself with Electro. But no, instead, look, there's so much overload, right?
Teamwork is dreamwork. Absurd.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not.
But if you're doing, oh hey, what's up, Cheryl? If you're doing like friendly overloads, it doesn't knock you around. Yeah, although now we're gonna be at like both pyro and electro resistance, right?
Everybody stand back.
Right, it's just be triggering all overloads now, right? Because Raiden, remember Raiden's Shogun is has a co-op specific benefit to her skill. I love C6 Bennett. I think it's so much fun. It's so much more fun. Right? So Raiden, we all will trigger overload. And remember, right? Like when we all trigger overload, do you we can cut this out actually real quick. So the one thing that I think is also kind of overlooked in like co-op is what this will do is trigger overload. If you're using it in co-op, you're getting the 20% damage version, right? So it means it's just like a nice bonus, right? So you see at the in the description, right? The eye can initiate one coordinated attack every 0.9 seconds per party. I have plenty of videos. Like my last few videos have been me doing an obscene amount of damage using C6 Bennett, which you just would not be able to do without C6 Bennett.
That's what they say anyway.
In the way that I do that.
My luck.
But so you look at like the eye can initiate one coordinated attack every 0.9 seconds, right? So that is not a ton of damage, right? 20% of the normal damage. However, it does do 100% of the overload damage, right? So if you were just using Raiden with a bunch of C6 Bennett using people or a pyro DPS, you'd be triggering overloads, like full damage overload. Does that make sense? So it's an interesting thing to keep in mind, that an EM focused Raiden now it loses value. Like my Raiden is C3, right? So for me, I lose a lot of damage by going EM. However, if your Raiden is C0, in elemental mastery focused build in co-op specifically, especially not necessarily specifically, because again, EM on like using Yoimiya or Yanfei with Raiden is actually very good. So. Oh yeah, I see that little hand is glowing. So what we could do is we could do an Ayaka showcase here. Let's buff Ayaka quick. You have Bennett. I'll use someone else. Who Kazuha? I can spread cryo. Oh, Mike, I want to use that. I'll use Eula. More shred, I guess.
Oh, ow!
Let's see if we can
Where'd that come from?
buff the shit out of Ayaka. Someone should use Bennett, but my Bennett is C6, so that would obviously be suboptimal. I guess if Lemon's using Sucrose, then you could use someone else.
Wherever in this world I roam,
Adventure Team,
I carry memories of my home.
Oh, I guess I could use Mona.
It is the last link I have to the.
I don't personally need a healer.
Or not.
I don't know if her burst is up though. I just use her burst.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
Oh, I do have my burst. So Danzin, I'm gonna use my burst like right when I see you get your burst back up and use it. I guess I'll try to like buff your burst.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
I'm just gonna sit on my burst.
Be crushed.
Let me scry.
Here's my blade. Spirit blade.
Okay. Danza, do you wanna, we can't DPS him down any more than this, he'll just go invincible. So why don't we, at the very start of the phase, after the animation, I'll use my burst, so you can get the Omen buff on your burst.
The enraged Earth will not absolve you! Today, you witness your reckoning!
Submit for
Decided by destiny.
There we go. Look at that shit. Very nice.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Need to make adjustments.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it
No, the
not.
Frozen Omen won't, but it lasts 5 seconds and the burst lasts 5 seconds. So you just do them at the same time, as long as you coordinate, you're fine. Well, the Frozen buff will work on Ozza, but you know, it's still... It's not a bug, either. Right? The reason why it's not a bug... What pops the Omen is stagger damage, not actual damage. Does that make sense? Stagger. And when you're frozen, you don't stagger. So, it's actually not a bug. It's actually like gameplay mechanic. I have no idea why. It's a bummer. I find a lot of people who are just having fun. Whenever I usually just go up this and have randos join in, and it's always pretty fun. Does anyone else have a character? Oh, so why don't we just take turns? Lemon, who's your best DPS, and like, why don't we try to support your DPS and make them just baller as shit, and see if we can buff the fuck out of them. Yeah, I remember joining. And Jonah, I think. I forget who else was there.
There are leaves around.
I feel like I very rarely get toxic people. I had someone get toxic on me, but it was halfway my fault because I was using a level 54 Amber. But it was her birthday, so.
I just happened to be resting.
Lemon or Mycon, do either of you have a DPS that you'd want to use? Okay, Raiden. Okay. Okay. Well, this is an easy one then. I'll use Sarah, and then I guess you'd want to use Kazuha and Bennett if you have them. Oh yeah. Renumerative, right. Hey, welcome back, Dekta. Right, if we were trying to buff Raiden, you'd want to use Sarah, Kazuha, and Bennett. Or Mona would work in lieu of one of them. Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
To strike your foe takes unity between mind, arrow, and bow.
The check next to her name.
The duty of the Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains and forests, while that of the Kujo clan is to guard Inazuma. These two are of the same ilk.
Oh, that. Yeah, okay. I thought you meant in the chat.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Illusion shattered! Now you shall... Storm the front! Wind strike!
Crumble!
Time
Retreat!
The enraged
Quiver!
earth will not absolve you!
Alright, we should all, if we all burst right in the beginning of phase 2, we should be able to take her out pretty quickly here.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Strike! Glory to the Shogun!
7k ticks on the fucking Sarah burst. Damn. Alright. Way to go, Sarah.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not. Come,
Flash!
experience an eon of suffering.
No turning back!
Man, that almond is much stronger than I think people realize. This is a fucking hell of a buff. I don't see Mona in co-op very often. I like to use Mona in co-op, which I use her as 4-piece Hydra for a while. It's just it's such a huge damage buff.
I will not be destroyed.
Up over to Senora has a different set of resistances, which would be better or worse or just different. By the way, if you haven't gotten this, I do this so often in co-op. There is a chest right here, and it always hurts me because I always say in co-op, and half the time people will not get it. Oh, you're good. See you later, Lemon. Well, we got room for one more then. Once Lemon leaves. It'll take a second for Lemon to get, like, booted. I don't think it'll let me. Yeah, just gotta wait. Once Lemon drops out of the party, see ya. We'll have room for one more.
Quiver!
But there's a chest right there. Make sure you grab it. You guys can. And again, if you want to join, let me know. Otherwise, we'll find a rando in matchmaking. All you gotta do is go to the co-op menu. At the top, there will be a bar where you can search by the UID number. And when you do just the bottom right-hand corner of my screen on the stream, you'll see the number.
To manifest eternity per the almighty Shogun's will. That is what I aspire to.
Okay, we got room for one more. Is anyone trying to join, or are we gonna just matchmake here?
This is no place to loaf around.
Like 10 seconds. Speak your piece.
The duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains and forests, while that of the Kujo clan is to guard Inazuma. These two are of the same ilk.
Alright, we're gonna matchmake. You need help farming? Farming what? What are you farming, Kayla?
This is no place to loaf around.
I'm down to help you farm. Are you able to join me? Otherwise we could join you, I guess, probably.
This is no place to loaf around.
I like that. I like quiet characters. I only play on North America. Alright. I'll wait, Kayla, we're waiting for a response from you, but in the meantime we'll do one of these for fun. I'm down to farm. I'm down to help out. Melting. I'm trying to get out the names are so random. Oh, by the way, if you haven't, feel free to join my Discord, which is still in the process of getting set up for like facilitating like co-op games and shit. But
between mind, arrow, and bow.
I want to just get people in it first, and then once people are in it, and we got an active chat going, then we can start, you know, splitting up the chat to be like a little bit more focused. But for now, just trying to get people in, and then once we again have a base of folks in there, then we can start coordinating. I don't know, either like co-op events or just, you know, figure out some shit from there. Again, first step, have people. Right, so again, like I always think, like, what is a good character to fill in, right? The best buffer
there are better ways to seek.
For this team is like definitely going to be Kazuha, right? Because Kokomi does not benefit from attack very much.
Is it the cold or just cowardice?
But everyone else benefits from shredding and buffing elemental damage.
The wind knows you.
And I can't really use Bennett because we have Ayaka, although I don't really think we need to rely on like autos a ton.
Time to go. One with nature. Time to go. Time to go.
Yeah.
The wind knows it.
A lot of burst damage, right? If there were ever an enemy in co-op that were like some of the events we've had that have had like a pretty like sizable chunk of HP, then you'd have like a more balanced thing, right? Like right now my goal is like I'm gonna wait for someone to hit so I can apply some shred. There we go, cryo. So what I was able to do is now I'm applying pyro, but I've shred and buff cryo, right?
No time to lose.
Embrace your fear and reckoning. I never asked for redemption.
I don't think people use like a lot of strategy. I mean, we don't really need strategy with C6 Ayaka, right? But like, but there's like some amount of like waiting and like hesitating you can do. Like if let's say you're using Mona, you could wait and let Bennett pop the burst and vaporize it. In this case, what my goal was not to swirl Hydro. What I wanted to do was swirl Cryo, right? Because I knew we had Ayaka burst coming, and then also because she is a Pyro boss, right? It's gonna infuse by priority. So you just like want to, I think, use like a little bit of strategy when you're using your characters in co-op. Not because you need to, but because it's just fun to do that, right?
This is no place to loaf around.
Can you one-shot Asa? I would have assumed that you would go to an invincibility phase, and he does a screenshot, like an animation now.
Where I'm from, if we didn't keep moving, we'd freeze to death. Literally.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that's a C6 Rosaria, right? So you have Fish Shred. He doesn't go invincible and go underground? I would have guessed. No?
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Can't run.
A C1 Rosaria? How do you have C1 Rosaria? How do you have C6 Ayaka but only C1? I just would have assumed you would have gone.
Freeze to the core.
I condemn you.
Wow, that was a waste.
So presumptuous.
I'm not trying to. No hate on your C1 Rosaria. I was surprised. I just assumed you were a whale because you have C6 Ayaka.
Shudder. More speed.
But maybe you're just someone who just saved it for Ayaka because he's like Ayaka. That's fair.
Beg for mercy.
I have the reason why I have C3 Child is because I wanted C6 Rosaria, so I went out of my way to get C6 Rosaria. So you know, that's why I have her C6. And the reason why I did that is because I knew I was gonna dig into my pockets for Eula, and I wanted her for Eula, and I still use her for Eula.
Shudder.
Solidify.
I will have order.
You can't run. Shudder.
This boss just teleports so much.
More speed. Beg for mercy.
Yeah, there he goes.
Vengeance will be mine. Rack and ruin.
Order guide.
There he goes.
I never asked for redemption.
It's funny. I mean, I have C6 Razor, but he's like level 20. CQ Anima MC. So you gotta start doing some exploration or whatever.
This is no place to loaf around.
You have no Bennett? Like, you don't have Bennett? That's rough. My normal party for Eula is, Eula, Zhongli, Rosaria, and Lisa. Lisa is the healer, right?
This is no place to loaf around.
Oh, why don't we do this?
Want to learn some Favonia's blade work?
I bet. As the only healer.
The truth of this world.
Oh, here we can demo it. Look at if you don't know, my Lisa is built as a healer. So look at my con's health.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Not bad, right?
This is no place to loaf around.
But if he had, you know, this is like another thing where like Ayaka and Eula have an interesting co-op synergy. Like I wouldn't use Ayaka and Eula together normally, but in co-op, using like Raiden with Ayaka and Eula, right? Like Super Conduct isn't doing any damage, but the buff that Raiden gives on her burst does buff Ayaka and Eula quite a bit. And Eula also shreds, I think a lot of people forget this. It shreds cryo resistance by 20%, which is sizable, right? That's over strongly. Well, 21% even at level 6, so up to 25, I think, probably percent.
This is no place to loaf around.
Oh, let me tell. Oh, I guess if he's gonna go as whatever. Here, I'll use Raiden. But I think in Ayaka, Eula, Raiden team is good. Okay, yeah, they're gonna go as that. There.
The truth of this world.
It's funny. All the guards just loafing around.
Is it the cold or just cowardice? Illusion shattered. Inazuma shine eternal.
Everyone's got a fucking at least like C2 Ayaka, seems like. What's up, Bali? Congratulations!
There is no escape.
That means you suffered through exploration and fucking Dragonspine for the second time. Doing even more fucking running around in that bullshit ass place. Oh god, I hate these things. No, stop it. Stop it. Sayu! Oh, interesting. Why Sayu? Is it for the aesthetics, or are you trying to build her up to be like burst damage? Because her burst does do a little damage, but not like a ton, right? My Sayu's not built, so I don't really have a good sense.
There is no escape.
Sayu main, are you fucking Bali? Are you on the North America server?
Shine down.
Delve into destiny.
Now you shall perish.
Take flight. Life goes on.
There is no escape.
Life cry.
Kill her! We cannot kill this dude as tornado phase. But are you? Oh wait, I should ask. Or what What world level are you? Because I'm 8, so I guess it might be lower than me. My poor Sayu is so neglected. Because she's a good 4-star alternative to Jean, but I'm a Jean main. So it's like, it's not that she's bad. I would literally use Sayu if I didn't have Jean.
Live.
Maybe I'll build her when she's C6 though. What would be a good combo here? So you're using that. Right, if you were like if we were hyper coordinated and using like Discord and like broadcasting our chat that way, right, you could really do like a vaporize Mona co-op team. One team that I think would be interesting would be like Mona, Kazuha, Sarah, and Bennett. And what you could do then, right, is apply electrocharge, shred with Kazuha, so you buff Sarah and Mona. Drop Bennett, apply Pyro. Everyone needs to stop attacking. Mona uses her burst. You wait 2 seconds. Bennett pops it. Then Sarah bursts. You do a double burst that's buffed the shit, right? And you do it in co-op. That would be fun. Alright, see you later, Dekta. Oh, wait, whoever's leaving. Oh, Bali's leaving. Okay. Sorry. See you later, Bali. Didn't get Sayu. You got. I was thinking about going for C2 Yoimiya.
It's nearly time.
Kind of regret not, but because I use Yoimiya so much, I probably should have just got her C2, but it's okay. I think my Yoimiya is okay. I'll use her. I haven't used her in a hot minute. She's good in the first phase, at least.
This is no place to loaf around.
The electro resist, or sorry, the pyro resistance at the end is kind of annoying. That's okay. Yeah, Os, but the skill, like, the scaling on that skill is just so shitty. It's like a 1.5% damage increase per level. It's so weak. It's really sad. You really don't need to level her skill at all. Oh, Mycon, good. Go with the child. That's what we were talking about earlier. We should be able to exchange vapes. Right, what you want to do is
it the cold
her normals. I might crown her normals, and then her burst. You really shouldn't even level her skill past 6. It's just really not worth it. Look at these vaporizes! Fuck yeah!
Into the frozen void.
Did we do it? Did we send? We did. We sent. We did it on the flying co-op. We sent the spear flying through the wall. I think. Alright. It's pretty good for this phase. Oh god, no, stop it. No. Oh, these things are the worst. They're so stupid. You like fucking can never dodge them. They're so stupid. Some of these boss mechanics are just so trash.
Fire hazard!
Alright, here we go. Pyro.
Time to lose.
Decided my destiny.
This is gonna hurt.
Hear me.
Oh, I love you, Emiya. I love her with Raiden on the getting that overload. Oh, fucking dodged it.
Dance, my pretties.
Raiden and Yoimiya just has like a lot of good synergy in my opinion. Right? Like Yoimiya has downtime, and then she needs AoE damage. Well, here you go, Raiden bringing in AoE damage and overload. Plus the yeah. What's just pretty much how it goes with Yoimiya's burst, right? Yoimiya's burst is pretty bad. The way I see Yoimiya's burst is I use it, I use her skill, I get the overload damage, I'm doing my one target damage, right? And then it's a 20% damage buff for my Raiden to do her burst. That's how I see it. Right, you can't forget that Yoimiya has a built-in noblesse, 4-piece noblesse buff, right? I think a lot of people like overlook that fact. Like even if you miss her burst is a 4-piece noblesse buff, right? If you're using it correctly. If you're going to say correctly, I mean how is it intended? What the fuck? Why are you doing?
This is gonna hurt.
I swear by myself, the fireworks. Not every wound will. I never asked for redemption.
Right, because this part here. So if you hit enemy 10 times, which you will do in your string, you're adding 10% attack buff. So, right, what you want to do is you use your skill, you hit an enemy 10 times with your skills, while you're buffed normals, right? You pop your burst, you've just cast Noblesse. Do you remember when she had 4-piece Noblesse? Right? Remember they gave her a 4-piece Noblesse set in her trial? It's because she is meant to be a hybrid team buffer and main DPS. You know, but she also obviously works with Shimenawa. But you could use her more as like, you just throw up, hit an enemy 10 times, and then you use her attack buff. Right, with the Noblesse set, you're doing a 40% attack buff. That's not nothing, right, with the 4-piece Noblesse. Because again, she's got a short cooldown. She's using her burst on, you threw on energy recharge, 15 seconds. That's a shit ton of uptime on 4-piece Noblesse, plus 20% attack buff, right?
Forever.
So, it's really funny. I think a lot of the things that seem confusing is MiHoYo does a thing that they think makes sense, but then people hate it, and then they try to just change it in the last minute. This is something we were talking about earlier, with the, not earlier, but yesterday. The Freedom Sworn weapon is clearly 100% made for Albedo. And if you look at it, it's because it looks like an Albedo sword. And it is an Albedo sword.
Going out into the
but that's because they wanted Albedo to be elemental mastery. Because they wanted elemental mastery to strengthen the shields for crystallized to mean something. But literally nobody wants to do that. And so they just changed it last minute.
This is no place to loaf around.
That's why that sword looks like pure fucking trash on Kazuha. Hey, welcome back, noob. I hate calling you a noob. It sounds like I'm like insulting you. I don't mean to insult you, obviously. So we got Ayaka. That means Ayaka is going to. You know what? Well, since you're not really gonna attack at all, right? Why don't we just do this? I'll just buff.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Coming to be.
Stabilize.
Burst forth.
Flash!
Moment of birth.
A worthy adversary.
Let's get to the frozen void.
Alright, well at least we'll kill her fast in the second phase, right? See if you can pick up a Geo Shield so you can get a needless, a little attack bonus. If you can get a Geo Shield of some kind, like a crystallized shield, you'll just do that much more damage, right?
Again.
Just need a Geo person to trigger crystallize somehow. Oh gosh. Here's some shield for you.
No turning back.
Solidify.
Oh, Shang. I think Shang came and picked them all up.
Flash.
Oh no!
Strike. Quiver. Embrace the searing reckoning. Storm the front. Burn. Retreat.
No, no, she has like 1 HP. Oh no! Oh, what a bummer.
I never asked for redemption. Never.
I just hate fucking invulnerability phases, right? Wait, is Albedo using Freedom's Horn? Let me see. Albedo using it. Micah, are you using Freedom's Horn on Albedo? Yeah. Look how good that looks on Albedo. Right? Look how good it looks on Albedo. You see how it matches Albedo? See how it matches his color scheme? In the same way? In the same way that it matches on Eula?
Whirling snow.
Do you see how good it looks?
Embrace the
You see how fucking good that looks compared to fucking Kazuha? And why it's clearly a fucking Albedo weapon? It's 100% an Albedo weapon. It's so obvious when you see it on him that it is an Albedo weapon. And compare it to fucking Kazuha? Can you fucking imagine? Like, what is the closest? Like, alright, see you later, Zenny Moon. Anyone else want to join in? Oh yeah, there you go. It's okay. No offense. It just doesn't look good on Kazuha. It looks good on Albedo. It just doesn't look good on Kazuha. Right? Oops. Compared to... God damn it. Why can't... Here we go. Alright, compared to, like, Jade Cutter. Right? Does anybody else want to join in? Oh yeah, Jade... But you're right, because... Right? Like... Because Freedom Storm was not made for Kazuha.
Burst forth.
But that's what I'm saying. MiHoYo does shit, but they they don't know their own game well enough, right? Like, again, like they wanted Albedo to be the one character that scales on elemental mastery. That's Geo, right? Because I mean, I think a lot of people forget this, right? But Elemental Mastery does do something, right? Elemental Mastery buffs the shield strength created through Crystallize. right? And then what else is defense? So defense on Albedo, what that would do is like he takes less damage, which then means the shield takes less damage. So as a defensive character, your defense makes sense to scale with elemental mastery and defense. When you're a Geo character, elemental mastery is a defensive stat. I'm just saying, it's like very clear that that is what they wanted to do, but they didn't release it with Albedo because they knew it wouldn't sell, because nobody wanted to do that with Albedo. Right? Like, everyone sees that rightly as a wasted trait. Right? Everyone complains when they're using Ningguang with Widsith, right? When you use Ningguang with Widsith and you get the elemental mastery and you hate it. But it does, that means the crystallized shields are stronger, right? Does anybody else want to join? I will pause for a second here while you decide if you want to join or not. I am going to take a piss and grab another beer. But yeah, elemental mastery, crystallize. MiHoYo wanted it to be a thing, and then when they realized it wasn't a thing because they don't know their own game, they just were like, "We'll use it on Kazuha instead." Yeah, we're just doing some fun runs. Yeah, if you want to join, don't join right now. But put in the chat that you want to join, and I'll be back in a second after I, again, go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
This is no place to loaf around.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
This is no place to loaf around.
Okay, I'm back. Actually, do you want to be, Paladin, I'll have you join in a second here, but can we do something quick before you join? Mycon, do you want to be a guinea pig quick? Do you want to use Pyro, Albedo, or I guess really anyone? What I'm going to do is put on, Raiden, but I'm going to put Raiden on as
wherever in this
EM.
world I roam, I carry memories of
I'm just going to stack her full of elemental mastery.
Blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Let's see here. Probably just swipe all of Venti's gear. Yeah, I'll stick all of Andy's shit probably here. Mostly rainbow shit. What does that put me at? Alright, we're at 814 elemental mastery.
There are leaves around.
And then also when you're in Kazuha's alt, I have C2, so you'll get another 200 EM. So what we want to do is just see what we can do as far as overloads, basically. Yeah, the goal here basically is just proc a shit ton of overloads, which doesn't really matter if you use Albedo, but Albedo gives you more EM, right? I don't have Albedo, so I might be wrong about that, but I believe it gives you EM unless it's a constellation, right? And then we'll fill up the co-op team after this. Paladin. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'll upload that. Or update it. Oh, good. Do you have T6 Diana too? Sweet. So the trigger here will be mostly Raiden. Perfect. Let me get, before you pop Diona's burst, let me make sure I get Kazuha's burst, and then
investigating.
Once I pop Kazuha's burst, then you can drop your Diona burst. Oh, shit. Okay, right. Yeah, we got 2.2 coming. Oh fuck, my bad. I needed to put on C6 Bennett. I'm sorry. Holy was spacing out. Hang on. I'm so sorry, we gotta back up. We gotta back. You don't have C6 Bennett. I was forgetting I'm like in co-op, right? You're not gonna be triggering any overloads because you don't have Bennett. So you gotta just back up quick. But if you have Kazuha, then maybe you use Kazuha and I'll use Bennett. I'm guessing you don't have C6 Bennett.
Fall back and await my orders.
Not bad. Look, this is a drunk stream, like any stream, so I'm gonna make dumbass mistakes. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, once you get your burst, then we'll do it. But yeah, then you can either use C2 Kazuha or Diana. I guess it doesn't really matter. If you have Kazuha, it would be better because he will also shred the resistance. Right? If you can shred fire resistance, that overload will do more damage. If you happen to, I guess even if you have not C2 Kazuha, I bet the shred would still be more than the 200 EM from Diana. I think it would.
Let's go find some treasure.
You're trembling.
Yeah, I really wish you could just
Is it the cold or just
not have to watch
cowardice?
these. Okay.
Everybody stand back. Shine down.
One with wind and burst.
What are we doing for overload damage?
Witness my great undertaking.
Illusion shattered.
20k? Are we doing 20k? 20k overloads? That's baller as fuck.
Adventure time.
We gotta try this shit on fucking Asda. Damn. Alright.
Teamwork is dreamwork. There is no escape. Illusion shattered.
Here we go.
Now you shall perish.
Let's light it up.
Adorn my night.
Going in.
Shine down.
Alright, yeah, okay, so looking for the overload damage. Some are 5k, but oh, she's got pyro resistance now. Okay, so that's
There is no escape.
Everybody stand back.
Illusion shattered. Who dares? Shine down. Wind strike.
Let's light it up.
Witness my great undertaking.
I'm going in! Fall back and await my orders. Torn to oblivion!
Oh, almost. I mean, she does a lot less damage because she's all EM.
Adventure time!
Burst forth. Wind strider.
I never...
Alright. That was good though. You're getting, what, 20k? I mean, before she was resistant to Pyro, you were getting just insane overload damage, right?
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Let's try it again on Azaha. Let's try the same thing. We'll try it on Azaha. Well, the whole first phase, at least, to try it before he gets fire resistance. And then I guess Paladin, let me know when your shit is done. I think just because he's bigger, so it just makes the numbers more spread out. Oh, okay. We'll kill him quick. It shouldn't take too long, and then we'll look at you in, and then we'll probably fill him with a rando, and someone else wants to do it. There we go.
Everybody stand back!
The birds come.
All right, where are the overloads? Yeah, 22 fucking thousand damage. 22k. 22,600 damage overloads. EM Raiden, dude. Overlooked as fuck. If you have fucking C0 Raiden, consider it. Consider it. C3, obviously, like, fucking just build your Electro, she's insane. But like, C fucking, right? If you have C0 Raiden, like, you almost have like nothing to lose. Yeah, it's like, it's an easier build in my opinion. She has 800 EM right now, but she's also getting her EM buff. So I think she'd probably. How much does Albedo 200 also, or is he?
Illusion shattered.
This is pretty fucking. Pretty fucking good team. It's actually not a bad team at all. Like an EM focused Raiden with C6 Bennett. If I had fucking Albedo, this would be the team I'd be running. I would legit run this team as an Overload team. That's like not a bad team. Remember, huge resistance to both Pyro and Electro, and we just fucking smoked them. Her EM right now is 814 with like not a fully leveled up Dragon's Bane. Again, I would put on Katane Cross Spear on her because, right, the thing you're missing when you go EM is energy recharge. And you don't really care about energy recharge when you're using her more as her skill bot. Right? Because you don't need to necessarily use her burst. You should use her burst. Her burst is going to be hey, welcome back, Moon. Her burst will be a DPS loss for most teams, right? Her burst is going to be not a lot of damage because she's EM, right? So you don't need to burst on cooldown necessarily. However, it is still an expensive burst, so you'd want to use this as the Katane Cross Spear, which still has EM, slightly less EM, but you get energy back. But then you still are building up your EM for overloads, which is good AoE damage, right? I think that's the way to go. If I had C0 Raiden, I would 100% build EM and use her with Yanfei or Yoimiya. Pretty much. Or even an Electrocharge team with, like, Kokomi, right? Because in most cases, she's going to be the trigger just by the way she functions, right? You're hitting with Hydro, and then she'll trigger Electrocharge at the end. So, I would do EM Raiden, frankly. I would personally pick EM. And Paladin, if you want to join, you can.
Why not?
I'm going to fix back her build, though.
Benny's adventure chip.
Is that you, Paladin?
How about a quick break?
Or is that someone else?
Sketch this beautiful scenery.
What we were doing is an EM-focused Raiden. Triggering Overload by using C6 Bennett. And we were nailing almost 23,000 overloads. 23,000 damage overloads using Raiden. And we were buffing the EM a lot, but we only have enemies that are like beefy enough to take that damage. The only enemies beefy enough to do it are Asda and Senor, and both of them end up being pyro resistant, which is really annoying. But I mean, when the phases are, when they aren't resistant, we're doing fucking almost 23k. It's pretty wild. And again, you can trigger a 23k overload with the co-op version of her skill. With this 20% damage from her eye, right? It'll do 1,000 damage, right? It'll do like 800 damage, 1,000 damage on the high end. But all you need to do is hit an enemy, right? If you have full EM build, the skill on co-op will probably hit for like 300 damage. But it doesn't matter, right? Because you're going to trigger a 23k overload. Or even on the low end, right? 18k overload or whatever, right? It's an insane, like, build. It is the most overlooked build that is clearly, like, good is an EM Raiden build, in my opinion. I have tried an EM build Eula for shatter damage. It is very lackluster because she does a lot of damage. But like Raiden's skill doesn't do a lot of damage, right? On the most you can do with Raiden's skill in co-op, right, is like 1,500 maybe, right? Like you can't do a lot of damage with her skill because her skill just has low multipliers. But like that's the beauty of Overload, right? That's why Yoimiya works really well with Overload, because actually it helps you to do a lot of quick hits. It doesn't hurt you to do a lot of quick hits. Whereas what you want for Vaporize is one slow hit, but for Overload what you want is a lot of fast hits. If that makes sense.
What a view! How about a quick break so I can sketch this beautiful scenery?
There we go. Yeah, that's the right stats. Is that the right stats? Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, and again, you can trigger this. You can trigger 22,600 overload with a C0 rated. Like you could do higher because you could get it. You could fucking get 1,000 EM on Raiden. You could do it. I mean, you can do it. You could do higher than that. Using her skill, not her burst, right? Triggering with her skill. Your teammate, right? Your teammate can trigger 22,600 overloads or more in co-op using just her skill. EM Raiden, still overlooked. Alright, 10-second countdown. Does anyone want to join in? Yeah, so Shatter is based on EM and your character level. Right, it's not, yeah, it was a random set. You could do Thunder Fury set, or you could do, yeah, Crimson, you could even do Crimson Witch. If you happen to have it, You could throw on a 4-piece Crimson Witch on her, sure. It would have been better than what I had on her, right? Because she just had a rainbow set. Right? Crimson Witch also gives you overload damage. I believe. Right? Yeah, overload damage. Wait, vaporize, melt. No, it doesn't. Okay. No, it is. Yeah, overload, 40%. Yeah. You could definitely use 4-piece Crimson Witch also. If you have that, right?
There is no escape.
What of you? How about a quick break so I can
Surely
sketch
enough
this
to
beautiful
convince anyone
scenery?
to become a wanderer.
But we should just see who this person is, and we should just buff them, right? Oh, they're Barbara. maybe we can. How would you buff Barbara? We could do Bennett. Do you have Bennett? I can hover near Sarah and just buff her attack. Oh no. Clearly a DPS Barbara main though, right? So can we get her vaporize? Okay, here we go. We'll vaporize her damage. You don't go 90 with Barbara unless you're DPS Barbara, right? Yeah, I can see that. Lava Walker, Xingqiu.
You dare overstep your
If you're trying to vaporize Xingqiu, right? Yeah. Alright, I gotta find Barbara. I'm dropping my shit right on Barbara. Here we go.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Let's dance.
Adorn my lights!
Adventure time!
Today, you witness your reckoning.
Think you can get away?
Okay, get away with it. What the hell y'all doing on Discord? Alright, drop my buff on Barbara. Oh no!
Off we
Should've
go!
waited. That's right. We can do it again.
Off we go! Teamwork is dreamwork! That's gonna hurt in the morning! Let's light it up!
The enraged earth will
Let's
not
light it up!
absolve you.
Let's light it up! So
many regrets.
Y'all, if you're not using healing percent on Bennett, by the way, shit.
Experience an eon of
teamwork is
suffering.
dreamwork! Let's light it up! Let's light it up!
Let's play!
Yeah, it is. But the other ones have
Off we go!
other damage bonuses, right? Right, like Mona gets more hydro damage bonus from using ER, and all the like constellations that buff her damage, right?
Let's light it up!
Let's dance!
Detestable.
Off we go!
Brace yourself!
Let's light it up!
I will not be destroyed.
I mean, I already can tank every hit with Bennett. My Bennett build is the way to go. You can do HP, you do ER HP healing. I just for a little tiny bit more damage. He's not like damage built, but
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
right. It's mostly the ER, but what you want, the key to Bennett is healing percent. This is what you want. For 2 reasons, right? It heals faster, its ticks are faster, like bigger ticks, and you'll heal a higher percentage of your overall HP, right? The final tick is at under 80%. So if your last tick is 40% bigger, you heal more. Does that make sense? Yeah, you could use maidens or whatever, but like he's such a good noblesse user. That just makes sense to use him as noblesse. Like I can stand in every single AoE, right? Like there's not really anything that you would need, and like that was again that's with. He would heal even better if he had HP, but he has pyro damage. That's even with pyro damage, and not like even a ton of HP substats. Right, you can easily get his HP higher than this. You can get 30k HP easily. Alright, see you later, Res kids. Red's kid. I don't know what else hard to say.
Plan is to guard Inazuma.
But yeah, get 30k on your Bennett, but get him healing percent. That last thing should be healing percent on Bennett, in my opinion. And it's an uptime thing too, right? If you only need to heal, if you only need to like heal Sarah for 1 tick instead of 2 ticks, that's faster, right? You can get back to your main DPS faster, right? So just kind of like holistically think about team synergy. The faster you can just heal your team with 1 tick, the better, right? It's like one of the problems with Diona is that she heals so slowly that if you needed to heal like Mona on your freeze team or something, you gotta like sit on Mona for like 3 ticks on Diona. It kind of sucks. Okay, let's see who Senno is. And we are gonna buff the shit out of. We are buffing the shit out of Kokomi. We definitely need Kazuha. Now she doesn't scale that well on attack. But maybe we can vaporize some of her attacks. So maybe it would be good to use a pyro. Yeah, Hu-Tao would benefit for sure. Plus the EM of her C6. Diana seems good for Hu-Tao for sure. After this, let me think about it. There's a good co-op synergy that makes sense to me.
The Almighty Shogun's will. That is what I aspire to.
Okay. Drop your buffs. Drop your buffs right on Kokomi. But you're right, if you're...
You dare overstep your mortal authority!
I'll always have to, but there's some interesting Hu-Tao synergy that can be done in like a co-op team.
Crumble!
That's gonna hurt in the morning. No turning back!
There is no atonement for 1,000 years of pain!
Quiver!
Today, you witness
How to build physical Kazuha? Just don't do it.
Storm the front! Quiver!
You stand upon your tomb.
Yeah, there's a good right. Well, you can melt Bennett's skill, right?
Strike!
You can definitely do a melt Bennett, right?
Experience an eon of suffering.
No turning back!
I mean, definitely if you were building physical DPS Kazuha for like goddamn who knows why you would do it. I mean, you want to kill Livonia. Well, I'm 100% sure someone has been building physical Kazuha. I'm positive that exists. I know for a fact that someone built a hybrid Kazuha with the Kill of Livonia as a main DPS. They weren't C6, so they wanted the main DPS. If you're building main DPS Kazuha, you do want to build him with an Kill of Livonia because the only damage he's doing really is his physical damage to the main DPS, right? When he's not using his skill in his burst. So, do you do it? No, I wouldn't, but what you could do, and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it wouldn't be the best thing in the world, but you could build a physical Kazuha team with, say, Beto or Fischl. I mean, okay, a Beto, Fischl, Rosaria team, where your goal is to shred Electro or Cryo. Like, it's not doing like a ton of superconduct damage, but alright. Let's roll again, whoever this person is. Yeah, but Naeem, do you use physical DPS Kazuha? That's my question.
To strike your foe takes unity between mind, arrow, and bow.
Now, physical DPS.
How about a quick break so I can...
Now, physical DPS Kazuha is not as bad, right? He's got like okay modifiers, right? Now, Kazuha can definitely heal himself with Black Sword and a little bit with a Kill of Livonia, right? The other interesting thing is that, right, like, I think a lot of people forget this. Kazuha can also benefit from C6 era. Right, because his A2, if he can get Electro infused on him. If he crits that. Kazuha can get, and Sucrose even too, and Venti, right? Can all get like C6 Sarah's damage on their... Oh, it's a different code for me. Okay. Well, same strats then. Same strats. See you later, Dacta. Okay. Well, then we're gonna try this out. We're gonna try the Child Yoimiya combo. You just was asking earlier that Child and Yoimiya have interesting synergy, right? In co-op, especially. So they can vaporize each other.
For 1,000 years.
No time to lose.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Hey, 76k, Child Burst, what's up?
Let's light it up.
Enraged Earth will not absolve you.
22k? Come on.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not.
Considering my Child build is so shitty pretty proud of him. Way to go.
You can run. Can't hide.
Oh my god, vapor ones.
No time to lose. Amateur. Never again.
Let's light it up.
Easy. Low key, that was pretty good, yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I think it was because you had, right, like, not just Yoimiya, but Yoimiya's hitting a lot, but also there was Bennett, right? There's more pyro being applied than hydro. So, I think that's probably why. I just, right, like, Child is going to be applying more hydro only because it's a more efficient reaction.
The duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains and forests.
Right, it takes 2 pyro hits to remove a hydro application,
These two are of the same ilk.
1 hydro to remove a pyro, right? So it's easier for Child to pull ahead. For Yoimiya to reverse vaporize, it's just an easier thing. But once you introduce Bennett also applying pyro, and then Kazuha has a preference of pyro, at that point you start to maybe get to the point where Child is the one doing vaporize, and it's not the other way around with Yoimiya doing reverse vaporize. Now, if you were doing it the other way, where it's like the only hydro applicator is
surely enough to convince.
Or sorry, if you have more than 1 hydro applicator, or not more than 1 pyro, then I think you'd get Yoimiya reverse vaporizing. Like, Child should be able to pull ahead of just Yoimiya. If it were just Yoimiya, Child should pull ahead. Right? Yeah. No, Voldemort. Like, normally that would be true. Yeah, but it's not just. It wasn't just Child and Yoimiya. Remember, Bennett applies 2 units of pyro. Bennett's skill applies a shit ton of pyro.
Wherever
and then again, Kazuha's skill is applying pyro also. Every time Kazuha attacks, he's applying pyro pretty much because he's preferentially swirling and infusing pyro. So there were just a lot more characters applying pyro than there were applying hydro. Or there's only 1 hydro applicator, yeah. Applier, applicator, whatever. Yeah. There's just a lot of pyro going on. But that's it. I mean, that's interesting to keep, like, the thing to consider, right? If you wanted for, let's say you wanted Hydra to take over, then right, like, then don't use Bennett, right? Use a Hydro healer, and then you'd have Yoimiya reverse vaporizing consistently, right? Because if you were using an Electro Charge or whatever, like what you want is like a Kokomi, Child, Kazuha, Yoimiya team, then Yoimiya is going to vape load the entire time, right? She'll never overtake the Hydro in that team. There's just too much. Oh, 6k! Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! 6k tick, I don't know what the initial burst was.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Quiver!
Yeah, you could use Bennett. I mean, it depends, right? Remember, we're using co-op, right? Bennett is applying pyro a lot more in co-op than when you use him solo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's using his skill on cooldown, and his skill on cooldown when he's in his burst is really short. Right? Bennett is using his skill like every, like, 1.5 seconds, right? You know what I'm saying? So Bennett in co-op is he is applying more pyro than you think, because you're used to Bennett applying pyro in solo. But Bennett applies more pyro in co-op, because he applies a lot of pyro in general, but he hits faster in co-op, because he's actually... Oh shit, I died. Kind of spacing out. You know, not very many people are using Bennett as like the main DPS. Oh, he died. But if you're in his burst, you know what I'm saying? And you're using his skill in his burst.
Illusion shattered.
What? As if we died? I was distracted because I'm talking. I'm talking about Bennett. Right, every character in co-op is operating as a main DPS does, right? So let's just talk about like Bennett as main DPS. Like how you would operate with like Bennett in like a Xingqiu party or something, right? Again, Bennett just applies like twice as much pyro in co-op than he does in solo play. That's my point, basically.
Illusion shattered.
Am I making sense? Does that make sense?
You witness your
I think it's easy to forget like a lot of the like traits that characters have. Bennett's skill cooldown is shorter when he's in his burst. It's a shorter cooldown. That's what I'm talking about. But almost nobody is using Bennett's skill in his burst in solo play, right? Or very little, very few times. What their goal is to maybe funnel energy, but they're trying not to do it if they can. That's how most people use Bennett. They don't typically use Bennett for damage in his burst. There's obviously teams where you would, right? If you don't have C6 Bennett, you could definitely drop Xingqiu on top of Bennett and then use Bennett's skill to melt. That's a thing. That used to be a main DPS team for Bennett. But like that's not very popular anymore. That team was like definitely like a early DPS team. Like, that was a team where you wouldn't run Xiangling because Xiangling would ruin the melts. You know what I mean? It preceded the times that people even knew that Xiangling was good. That's when people used that team. It was a long ass time ago. I have. I mean, I have a video of like, I have a couple of videos of Jean. So I've used Jean as like Pyro Jean, with Xingqiu. Hang on here, let me find it. I'll put it in the. I'll put a link in the chat. So, like Xingqiu. To reverse vaporize for Jean, I have tried. But I also use Pyro Jean fair amount. But then I've also done. Let me find it. It was a long time ago. Hang on, let me find it. Let's see here. So many videos. Here we go. So, like, of specifically Sunfire Jean, here, I'll put it in the chat.
The Xingqiu warrior is to watch over the mountains and forests, while that of the Xingqiu clan is to
This is an
guard
EM built Jean for squirrel damage. But that's not how I would typically do it. I mean, Sunfire Jean, like the bonus of Sunfire Jean is that she does the Sunfire attack, right? That's the bonus of it. But like, the real benefit of Sunfire Jean with like Bennett is having C6. And when you have C6 Bennett with Jean, then you can start doing shit like that, which is just better. Right? This is better than doing Sunfire. Just Sunfire Jean. But there's also a build using Raiden that you could do with Jean, Bennett, Kazuha. Oh, is this person still in here? Oh shit, okay. So you could do Jean, Bennett, Kazuha, Raiden, and use Sunfire, and what you're doing is you're triggering a bunch of overloads on top of Raiden skill. That would be a main DPS Raiden team. So basically you're using Raiden and triggering a bunch of overloads on top of Raiden as main DPS. It's like bonus damage. That's a decent team. It's better at C6 Bennett. C6 Bennett makes that team better. But you can even do it without C6 Bennett. You can do it with C5. Great. You don't need C6 Bennett to do the Sunfire reaction. Oops, my bad. No, you can be him. Let me Mona. Oh, what?
To manifest eternity per the almighty Shogun's will. That is what I aspire to.
What were you looking for? You wanted Sunfire Jean as what? That was Sunfire Jean as DPS. What did you want Sunfire Jean as what? Oh, with Xingqiu? But like, what do you want to do with Xingqiu? You want to vaporize, right? But why would you use the higher? Do you want to? What is the hide? What is the forward vape? Do you mean a reverse? What are you? I don't know what you're saying. Sorry.
The duty of a
what are you trying to vaporize?
Over the mountains
are you trying to vaporize the reaction?
That of the Xingqiu clan,
or are you trying to vaporize the infused
of the same ilk.
Jean pyro attacks? Because you don't need. All right, with that you would need C6. Xingqiu vaporizing every hit of his... He can't. He can only vaporize one sword, and then two swords. If you have C6. Otherwise he's only vaporizing one sword. He can't vaporize all of his hits. Like, look at Xingqiu. Like, watch Mycon. Right? He's gonna go 2-3, 2-3, unless he has C6, in which case he's gonna go 2-3-5, 2-3-5. Do you have C6? Right? Like, you know, it's only one sword that can vaporize because of the internal cooldown. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Shadows of fate.
So it's almost never good to try to make Xingqiu, right? Like, you never really want Xingqiu to be the one to vaporize. Because he does a lot of small hits and not one big hit.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
No, because even then, it's only 1 second. Which sounds fast. It's only once every second. But again, with ICDs and everything, you really just can't vaporize enough hits. The one reaction that really benefits from it is Overload, because Overload already, you can't proc it very fast. You can only proc it once every half second. As a very, like, as the maximum you can do. But you really can't vaporize fast enough on any character to really want to do that. So there's a reason why reverse vaporize is a better reaction than vaporize for, like, the main DPS attacker, right? Like, why Xingqiu is bad at vaporize reactions, but Xiangling is really good, is because she'll do 1.5 damage, but she won't remove Hydro when she does it. Whereas Xingqiu will do 2 times damage, but he'll remove Pyro when he hits. So the problem then is, right, is that Xiangling can hit 2 times for 1.5 damage, but then Xingqiu can only hit once for 2 times damage. And the same is true for melt, right? Using a cryo character on a pyro application would be better. So when you're saying use hydro, what you really want to do, Voldemort, is use Rosaria. What you'd want to use is Rosaria with Pyrogene, or like, oh, sorry, with Sunfire Gene, not hydro. So a cryo reaction of reverse melt will not remove the pyro, and so you can actually melt a lot of Rosaria's hits because she'll do these multiple hits. Right, you can use her skill and then you can use her burst. Right, and it's reverse melt though. So she's not going to do double damage, she'll do 1.5, but she won't remove pyro. Right, she'll be able to hit twice. For every pyro application, she'll be able to hit twice before it's removed. So that's why for like sustained damage, reverse reactions are better because you can hit twice as you're right. You can hit twice as much, and 2 times 1.5 is more than 1 times 2, right? So that's why you want to do reverse vaporize with Shangling.
This scenery is wonderful.
Right. Well, Rosaria's got her skill and her burst, and her burst has every hit of her burst has will trigger melt. Unlike Yoimiya, for example, who hits at the same frequency, which is really annoying and stupid, but true. Rosaria actually has really, really great reverse melt capabilities. I don't know if anyone has a pyro, I can use Rosaria. Throw on a pyro if you got him.
To manifest eternity per the almighty Shogun's will. That is what I aspire to.
I'm not positive. My guess is she'd only be able to reverse melt the first hit. Again, because of ICD. The internal cooldown is what's going to limit you a lot. Alright, that's why Xingqiu won't work in the way that you want him to work.
And I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Yeah, it's only like a 2-second burst though. It's pretty quick, but it's like... I think Amber's burst applies pyro, like weak pyro, like 5, 6, or 7 times. But there's very few situations where you can benefit from it. Now, I have played around with Amber's burst in that specific way. But let me see if I can find it. My goal was to exactly utilize Amber's burst being that way. Let me find it. I do have a... Here we go.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
So if you look here, in this video I'm about to link, if I don't die in the Asaha fight, sorry, whoever's playing. So check that video out. The reason why that works is because, right, you're not only using Lisa's Electro application, you are also using the Electro application of the Electro charge from the water, right? So you have basically 2 sources of Electro application happening, and on top of that, you have vaporize. So that reaction so Electro charge on water with Amber is an insane reaction, because it's like the only time in where that like Amber's burst can be fully utilized. Oh, C6 Bennett, thank God. One other fucking homeboy over here. Look at all these melts. My man. But yeah, like that water electro charge reaction with Amber it looks cool as fuck too, because there's just so much going on.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
Judgment.
Are we doing 30k? 30k? Look at people flying pyro.
EM Raiden ravaged Earth will not absolve you! You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not.
Yeah, it will. You'll get the crit. I've just been kind of lazy. That's all. Yeah, you'll get the crit.
Let's light it up. Have a good night, Shun. Light it up her mess. Adventure time.
32k. 32k. See how every hit is reverse vaporizing? Or sorry, melting?
You can't run.
But wait, hang on. But the way you'd want to use it if you can, like again, it's not exactly Sunfire Gene, but it is the same team. But you're using, I mean, you almost don't want to use the Sunfire reaction because you don't want to be applying Pyro. What you want to do is use Hydro and apply Hydro so that you can reverse vaporize. But hang on a second. Like good sustained DPS with a C6 Bennett is what you'd want for Xingqiu. You want Xingqiu to apply Hydro. Where is it? Man, I have too many videos. Here we go. Like this is what you'd want. Right, that's how you'd want to do it. It's not what you're asking, but it's what you'd want to do with Xingqiu. And that's a C6 Bennett thing. But it's the same concept as like Hu Tao or whatever, right? Because again, you'd only be able to vaporize one of his swords, and two of his swords is only if he's C6. Right? That's why it's so, you can see right in that video, Jean can reverse vaporize because Xingqiu takes over application because he's so fast. And actually that does even have the Sunfire shit happening on it, I think. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. So even with Sunfire Jean, I'm watching this video, so I'm not even looking at my screen here. In the video I just linked, so Sunfire Jean still applies too little Pyro to overtake Xingqiu. So Xingqiu will overtake Jean in this case and allow Jean to reverse vaporize because he applies so much Hydro. Because Hydro is such an efficient reaction, right? Because it will erase Pyro like twice as fast as it will, right? The other way around. I mean, yeah, you could use Jean or you could use whoever, but like, but the point is that's why you can never really use a Sunfire reaction to like get the Hydro to take over. But I think that's the balancing issue, right? That's why it works that way. That's why it does more damage, is because you can only do it the one time. So if you're doing a vaporize, right? If you're doing a vaporize reaction, then what you want to do is do the like Hydro on a Pyro, right? If you're doing sustained damage, you want to do Pyro on Hydro. Does that make sense? Like you have the same elements, but you want to do them differently. Hey, what's up, Sagittarius?
There is no escape. Let's light it up. Now you shall perish.
Little casual 200k, no big deal.
Adventure time. Illusion shattered. Shine down.
But yeah, no, I think it's just, I don't think it's that. I actually kind of like the way that the element system in this game works. I'll try and explain this. There's an interesting reaction that kind of works out for like Hu Tao co-op shit. And you really don't get like a lot of time to like.
Fall back and await my orders.
My Raiden is so busted, dude. She's 2-3. And then, it's kind of engulfing just R1. Her artifacts are pretty cracked, though. 7125, but again, I run her with C6 Sarah, usually. Just pretty bonkers stats.
There is no escape.
Experience an eon of suffering.
Come to be. Witness my great undertaking.
Quake!
I will have order.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.
I mean, doing 120k on the fucking Electro version of this thing.
There is no escape. Let's light it up. Adventure time.
I will not be destroyed.
So there's like interesting ways that like this plays out where, like I think of a co-op team where you had, Hu Tao, Diona, Kazuha, and I don't know, Flex, anyone, I guess. You can say Bennett. It doesn't really matter. Let's say Bennett. I mean, whatever. Let's say, like, Bennett or Flex, whatever. So, you have Pyro applied, right? Let's just say Bennett for now. The reason why I'm saying Bennett is because you
that the hero approached the vile dragon's limp.
apply. Do people know the difference between like weak and strong, like 1 and 2 units of elements? Is that is that well known or no? Do people know?
The duty of a Tengu warrior.
So when Bennett uses his skill, Voldemort. When Bennett uses his skill, it just incidentally it casts 2 units of pyro, but you just need to know. There's not like a way to tell. They don't like tell you that.
Delve into destiny.
But then you have Diona's. It'll be easier if I just illustrate after. It's hard to explain it, but I'll just show you after.
Today, you witness your reckoning.
Yahoo! Decided by destiny. Time for takeoff. Get out of here! Let me scribe. Yeah!
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Oh, no! My lyre is broken.
Rest in peace, Venti.
Delve into destiny.
Experience an eon of suffering.
Fate is upon you. I'm here. That's gonna hurt in the morning. Everybody stand back! Let's go!
Face me!
Shadows of Fate!
To dust!
Written in the stars! Delved into destiny!
I did it, folks. If we're in 4-player co-op, so you can only show you till someone leaves. A pretty easy way, right? So if Bennett applies a skill, it applies 2 units of pyro. If Diona then uses her skill, her hold version of her skill, it will apply cryo twice, and it will remove pyro but not apply cryo. It will reverse melt twice, but it won't apply cryo. It'll remove the pyro. You probably should, right? Bennett's pretty good. However, if you use, let's say, Kazuha as an example, if you use Pyro with Bennett and then use with Kazuha, who then applies Pyro again, so what happens then is, like, Kazuha strips Pyro using Animo, and then reapplies Pyro using his infusion. And so then he actually is applying weak Pyro instead of strong Pyro, which Bennett does. So if you instead do Pyro with Bennett, and then Kazuha, and then use Diona's skill, she will then remove the Pyro and then apply Cryo using her hold skill, which then you could use Kazuha and then infuse with Cryo, and then you could use, let's say, Hu Tao and Melt. We got 60k.
Get out of here!
For 1,000-year pain!
Of course, my autos are taking a hit. I'll see 6 Bennett. It's not even that much weaker, I don't think.
You witness your reckoning!
Brace yourself! Take flight! Let's light it up! Erase
Not absolve you!
So rude!
I wanna go home now.
This is just my...
Rack.
Experience an eon of suffering.
My apologies. Take flight. Kamisato out. Sometsu.
I will not be destroyed.
We did it. We succeeded. Way to go, team.
My apologies.
It's interesting that you're not using Bennett. Who are you using instead of Bennett? Like, who's on your team? Paladin. I don't think Bennett is necessary. none of my teams are currently using Bennett. The team that used to use Bennett on was Mora, Raiden, Sarah, Bennett, but I've been using Kokomi on that team instead. Which does less damage, but is more versatile. It's like, I like it more. It's using Sarah. Who else is on that team? Because you need a healer, obviously, right?
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany
Sarah.
them, if you wish to hear it.
Did we lose someone? No, they're there. Who else is on your team? Sarah, Jean? What else? Are you doing like a physical Jean? Like Sarah and...
To strike your foe takes unity
Someone
between mind, arrow, and bow.
Because that would work, right?
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind moves me.
The enraged earth will not absolve you!
Fall back. Let's move out.
Raiden, Sarah, Jean.
You witness your reckoning.
Is X... Does that mean flex? Or does that mean Zhangling or Xingqiu?
The birds call, one with nature.
Look at those little non-crit numbers. There you go, Kokomi.
You stand upon your tomb, though you know it not. Come, experience an eon of suffering.
Into the wind.
Rest and rebuild.
Hey, what's up, little? 113?
Nice and spicy.
Nailed him. Did some sick ass damage here with Kokomi. What's up?
Destroyed.
Extra flex, okay. Okay, hey, that makes sense. This is a good team. Who are you normally using there? I mean, I assumed it was flex, but I mean, you could use Zhangling or Xingqiu in that team and it would be fine, right?
Quiver!
No, I don't mind. It's obviously way easier for me to be talking than typing. My first like 2 streams, 3 streams maybe, I was just typing along with the chat, and man, to me it seemed more convenient at the time, but I do not miss it. That was like when I realized, like, oh shit, I have a microphone on my controller. I was like, it can't possibly sound good, but apparently it sounds okay.
Watch over the mountains.
The microphone I'm using is on my controller. It's not even like wearing a mic.
These two are of the same ilk.
Alright, so we have Jean, Xingqiu, Hu Tao, right? So what I want to do here is probably apply Hydro. If I apply Cryo, it will start like stripping away that, because we're not able to freeze. So we're just going to try to stick with Hydro. That makes sense? Like on a frozen enemy, it wouldn't remove the Hydro, but when on a boss like this, it actually does strip when you're freezing, because it'll do a freeze reaction, but it won't freeze. So you actually, for like a Hu Tao team like this, want to use just Hydro in co-op on bosses. It's really fun to just like think through like team comps specifically in co-op, because it's just like kind of untread ground, right? It's like kind of like its own theory crafting that like no other like theory crafters ever fucking focus on. You know what I mean?
Fate is upon you. Cross over.
The enraged Earth will not absolve you!
And she was good. For sure.
Today, you witness your reckoning!
Yeah. Xingqiu makes sense for that team, for sure. Especially if your Jean use 4-piece iridescent, because that makes sense. You want to swirl that if you can. I know she doesn't swirl like a ton, but still, swirling both is great.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Oh no. A dead Jean is like the saddest shit ever, right? May as well be a game over.
Come, experience an eon of suffering!
Decided by destiny.
Time to act.
Shadows of fate.
Delve into destiny.
Nailed it. Nailed it. What did we land on? Did we all agree that that actually Pyro Kazuha is better than C6 Animo Kazuha? Because that's what I took away from it. I believe that's where I landed. Here's the Discord link. Still getting started, but if you wanted to join, by all means join. It's fresh Discord. Yeah, that's actually a good time to like, I might be calling it. So let's do one more. We'll do a Senor to mix it up. Why are you pissed, Moon? What are you mad about?
strike your foe takes unity between mind, arrow, and bow.
Join a bunch of low-level players. Just good. And like just co-op in this game. See, this is why I want to use the Discord. I mean, maybe they're on PlayStation or something, and it's like hard to type. Maybe. But I want to use like Discord and like set up some co-op matchmaking on Discord, because there's people who want to do Discord and like co-op and like communicate. I think there's there's like a lot of room to make a like very coordinated co-op. I've seen like interesting videos of like Tony Toe, right? Doing fun shit on co-op, and the amount of coordination it takes is like, they must spend hours on like some of those like big hits, you know what I'm saying? That just seems fun to me. I want to like coordinate some of that shit in co-op specifically, because there's not that much single player content. There's not, you know? So that makes sense to me as like a thing to like try to focus on. Oh no. We gotta leave some of these things.
Storm the front! Light it up!
Embrace your searing reckoning! Strike! Dance, my pretties! Flash! Storm the front!
Easy.
Redemption! Never.
There was someone, right? Unless I forgot. One of the people in here are just a random player, right? Like not from stream, right? Isn't? I can't remember, because y'all's name are not the same as in the stream. Only 2 of y'all in here are from stream, right? And one is just a random player that's been in here the whole time, right? Alright, I'll do one. We'll do one more of these. One more of these. Paladin, you had to leave though, right? Did you leave? Or no?
This is no place to loaf around.
Alright, so you're in for one more. We gotta appease Shin, who just got here, so we're giving him an encore. You want Pyro Rosaria? Let's do it. For the entertainers.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Stand back!
Oh, these fucking overloads, goddamn! Okay.
We go! Adventure time! I'm going in!
Oh yeah. Look how fast we can knock this shit out. Look how we get constant pyro here.
Teamwork is dreamwork! You can't run!
Y'all still don't want to see. Y'all still don't want to see Six Bennett, huh? All right. Well, we're gonna be wrapping up, Shin. Just a heads up.
There is no escape! Down to oblivion!
You missed 3 hours of stream. Oh my god. Well, you missed like the whole stream because we're gonna wrap up. This is our last one. But I'll be streaming a lot as when the new patch comes out, we're gonna be streaming a lot. I'm hopeful that there's a new event and that new event is co-op. That's my dream. My dream scenario is we're doing co-op event. That's what we want to do. Oh no, 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 we gotta kill her. Kill her before the phase change. No! No, no! Die! Yes! Oh, that's how we know we do a good job. When we can kill her before the phase change.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Yahoo!
For the rando and the rando in the team. Well, again, I'll post again. I know. I was gonna say remunerative, but your name is remunerative. But I know you're in there. But if you're not, join the Discord. I'll hop in Discord. I'll check responses in there. So I'll still be like alive and available there. But I'll hop off chat and stream. But we'll be in Discord. No, I don't know who's be in there, but like some people will be in Discord probably. A small Discord, just starting it. Next stream when? I don't know, man. I'll probably just start doing them most of the day. I'll probably just do one tomorrow, right?
That is what
I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's a refresh, right? Tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Afternoon or evening, it'll be like later in the day. Either 3 p.m. Pacific or 6 p.m. Pacific, pretty much. It's like the 2 times I'll do it. So, later in the day, again, either 3 or 6. I'll post earlier in the day though. I'll post a community post about it. Either 3 or 6. I'll pop on YouTube and post a community stream. Yep. I might start doing some like joint streams on like Twitch or something at some point, but maybe I'll do like other games on Twitch instead. Like everyone on Genshin in YouTube is like the connection. I don't have anybody on Twitch, so. Yeah, I'll probably, just because it's refresh day tomorrow, I'll probably do 3 p.m. Pacific, so just heads up. But it'll probably be a longer stream, just because there's like, actually like refresh stuff, right? So, cool.
This is no place to loaf around.
Right? That shit's so annoying. All the teleports and stuff. It's so annoying. It's the fucking worst. Yeah, hop in the Discord and then, then if y'all have ideas for streams and stuff, always welcome ideas.
Per the Almighty Shogun's
cool.
will.
Yeah, I'll definitely be streaming a lot after like Tuesday or whenever the stream, or when is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? Whenever the new patch comes out. Can't remember if it's Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whatever day it is. I'll definitely stream some new content when that releases, and then if there's new events and it's co-op especially, we'll definitely just run a shit ton of it. Because that shit is so fun when there's co-op events. Oh yeah, I'll just stream. I will legit be doing. I'm not working at the moment, so I'll be doing like 8-hour fucking streams probably. The first day or two, I'll be doing insane amounts of streaming. So no worries, no worries. Cool. All right, folks. I'll catch y'all probably tomorrow then. Hop in. Yeah, I'm not pulling for Child, but I am pulling for that bow because I want that bow for Sarah. It's gonna infuriate people, but I want that bow for Sarah. It's gonna be so baller on her. But I need ER stands on Sarah, man. Shit. Alright. Oh no, is it Memory of Dust? Is that released? Oh, I didn't check it. Fuck. Man. No, I don't want that weapon. Of course though, of course it would be, right?
That is what I aspire to.
My Ningmong is already pretty built. She's not She's not like perfectly built, but she's 80 at 80, in 7, 9, 10, and 2-piece trim, 2-piece archaic, 56, 179 with, ooh, no, we gotta put that on. 56, 124, that's better, yeah, okay. So with Skyward Atlas, we got, you know, okay crit, insane amount of attack.
The duty of a Tengu warrior is to watch over the mountains.
Yeah, so if we get it,
that of the Cujo
we might
is to
as well
guard
pop it on
Inazuma.
Ningguang.
These two are of the same ilk.
God. Man. Ugh, God. Please just give me the bow and not the stupid ass catalyst. I have so many catalysts. I'm not. Yeah. Ugh. Please just give me the bow. Please, Mikoyo, just give me the bow. Just give me the damn bow. For memory dust. Yeah. Does memory dust even buff charge attack? I always confuse it with the battle pass one. This one, Solar Pearl. Right. Memory dust is an attack one, right?
To strike your foe takes unity.
Oh yeah, right. Because like, there's hey Eco. Right. Well, there's like burst DPS Ningguang, and then there's main DPS Ningguang, and your burst DPS Ningguang is gonna want not Lost Prayer probably, but like maybe Widsith, maybe this, right? Like something that's gonna buff your burst damage. Yeah. Right, but you typically do, right? Like, but what you would do with this weapon is probably like a 1, 2, 3 charge attack, whereas with other weapons you would probably just do a 1 normal then charge attack because you still get free stamina charge attacks.
To guard Inazuma. These two are of the same ilk.
How do I max battle? But I don't know. Just play a lot. Who's she? Did you call me she? I'm not she. I don't really care. I mean, you call me she. I'm not offended when you call me she. I see your name, Eco. I'm looking at chat. I see your name. I'm gonna say hi. They count as. Do they count? Well, there's. Hang on. Let me look. Because there's like 2 phases of it, right? When you use Ningguang, they do count, I think, eventually, right? Because it's.
That is what I aspire to.
Damage per Jade is 74, and I do believe they scale with your normal attacks, right? Let me see. Maybe, does it say? Gathering, does it say if they scale with? I mean, we could test it quick, right? Let's just test it. We can test this. Alright. I know I said I was leaving, but now I'm curious, so we may as well do it on stream.
The duty of a Tengu
a little testing.
to watch over the mountains.
We're gonna test and see if the Jades count as normal attacks. So let's pop this on. The easiest way for us to do that is to use Shimenawa, right? 4-piece Shimenawa Ningguang will better scale with Alright, don't worry about like the actual... Okay. Let's go to something... Congrats on your C5, Yanfei. That's good. She got good constellations. Her shield, I think, is overrated, like underrated. Hey, welcome back, Reds Kids. Reds Kid. We're just doing a quick test on Ningguang to see if her jades count as normal attack, and then we're gonna be wrapping up stream in a second here. Okay. So 1, 2. Was it 2268? Is that what it was? Does that look right? I'll do it one more time just to confirm. Oh wait, I gotta use a different weapon. Hang on. It's gonna be confusing. Hang on. I forgot. I'm using Law's Prayer, and it's getting stronger as I'm using it. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. We want to use Skyward. Okay. Because it gets stronger every few seconds, right? Okay. Alright, 28, I think. Alright, looks like 28. Reds, I think it's gonna be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. That would be 6 p.m. Eastern. There's a chance I'll do 6 p.m. Pacific. I've been doing either 3 or 6 pretty much. But I think I'll do probably 3 because it's like refresh day. So I'll just probably hop on a little earlier. I forgot what it was. Was it 28? Shit, now I forgot. I was spacing out. Was it 28? I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again because I forgot what number it was. Okay, hang on. No crits. 28. Okay, 28, 29. That's for the Jades. The Jades are 28, 29. Okay. Now we are going to Shimenawa. I'm not going to pass through the screen. I'm just going to cast the screen for Shimenawa. I don't want the buff from the Jade screen. I just want to...
Give up.
35. Yeah. Okay, they do. So they do count as normal. I don't know if they count as normal or charged. That's the I don't know the difference. Like I don't know if it's normal or charged. I just know it's one of the two. I just don't know which. I don't have. Whoa! Wait! Normal attacks? Oh, this will be hard to calculate. Yeah, I'm overmaxed on friends. I can't accept friends list, man. Sorry. I'll show you. I mean, because you're daddy, I'll show you, right? Right. Like I will at some point. I'll try to like clear out room and accept who I can, but like, I can't. I'm like I'm over the limit. The PlayStation friends list is like they fucked it up. Now let's see if I can. Do I have any weapons that just do charge attacks or just do? is there any... These are normal and charged, right? Yeah. That's what I was saying, Coop. So, what happened was, when they linked up the accounts for PlayStation and the MiHoYo accounts, what happened was they merged the PlayStation friends with the MiHoYo friends, and it put me over the limit of 45. Now, I have to delete a bunch of friends to get under this limit. But MiHoYo just fucked it up for, like, PlayStation users, basically. But so, I don't know which it is. Is Memory of Dust normal and charged, or just normal attacks? Is it just... It's both, right? And then it was Solar Pearl that was just normal? Oh, this just increases attack when you use it, right? So again, if there's anything that increases just charge attack damage, I don't know if the Jades count as charge attack damage. My guess is they count as charge attack and not normal attack damage, but I don't know for sure. Because what does this do? No attacks hit an opponent. Increases charge attack damage. It's just attack stacks. Okay. If there's any weapons, if there's any weapons that just buff charge attack or just buff normal attack, the one thing that I do not know is if the Jades count as charged or normal. What I do know is that it counts as one of the two, because they're triggered by Shimenawa. They're buffed by Shimenawa. So, yeah. So that part I do know for sure. Which is pretty nice, right?
Let me scry.
You shouldn't let your guard down.
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
Your life is mine.
Alright. Good Theorycraft session. So that's... Where did I just take that off of? I need to get my artifacts before I log out. I'm going to forget if I don't fix them. I borrowed that from Xingqiu. She had this on, right? Seems right. Yeah, that seems right. Seems right. Okay. Okay. Alright, now this time for real. Hopping off. I'll pop it in the chat one more time. Again, we're just building up base of folks. If you want to hop in the Discord, we'll try to coordinate like co-op shit and whatnot in the future. Once we get folks in there, obviously, don't be a douchebag if you hop in. Do I watch what? Actor shot? I don't know what that is, sorry. If you join the Discord, you can help, like, I don't know, we can even coordinate some, like, co-op shenanigans ahead of time, especially if there's, like, a co-op event or something going on. But yeah, hop in the Discord, come hang out. We'll build that up, and then the Discord will be more functional and more developed and more organized eventually. There's only like 30 some odd people, maybe 40 people in there right now, so it's not like a ton. But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, probably streaming, and then hopefully y'all can join then. Emmy, why would you just join now? We've been on for like 3-4 hours. But that's all good. Hop in tomorrow. Hop in the Discord, and then yeah. Oh no, I don't. No, sorry. Started charge attack. That's good to know. Thanks. Remunerative. Right, but that's why a lot of people recommend Shimenawa on Ningguang. I find Shimenawa on Ningguang to be kind of cumbersome because she doesn't seem to generate, right? Like, if you look, I don't think they ever fixed this, and I am leaving. This is true, we are leaving. But just one more thing, right? So look.
Don't waste my time.
Orbs.
It's nothing.
No orbs, right? You see that right there? You see that? That bullshit right fucking there? See that bullshit? That's why I will never use Shimenawa Ningguang. That is so bullshit. That's so bullshit to me. That she has an ICD on her fucking orb generation. It's so stupid. I hate it. What does? It does not remunerative. It doesn't trigger her parry. It triggers her C4, which is different. It's not her parry. I'll show you. Hang on. Swear to God, I eventually will leave. But one more thing. This is the last thing.
Come with me.
Last thing. Okay, here we go.
With you.
Here's there. Okay. Okay. So you see, look at Beto's sword. You see how her sword is? There's nothing on her sword.
Quiver.
Now look at her sword. The sword means it's triggering this, the C4. The C4 is, I'll just show you. If you're not familiar with Beto, so this is her normal attack, just look like this. Just physical. But if you were to trigger that, now when you attack, you see how there's that extra electro damage? That's the C4. So it triggers that. But it won't count as like taking damage in regards to like triggering the parry. And you can tell because her parry is not like charged up. You can tell what her parry is charging up because well, I can't show you on that apparently. There's something that's on fire that will actually like hurt me. Well, there's a shield will like show up here. There we go. Right? That's how you know it's like built up, right? That's the parry triggering. And because it's perfect dash, look how fast I'm attacking too. Okay. So that's the difference between triggering her parry and triggering her C4. Alright, cool. Alright, now, for real, that time. That was for real the last thing. Alright, folks.
Come on.
And again, I'm sad that Tartaglia fan never came in, because he missed that we have a built Tartaglia now on the main. He's on my main squad. Tartaglia was promoted from literally never used to stuck on my main squad for almost no reason. I mean, come on. That's progress. Way to go, Tartaglia. Pro shit. Alright, see you tomorrow. Andrea, we're wrapping up the stream. But if you haven't joined the Discord for, I don't know, bad memes and bad emojis. Yeah, basically, that child is almost entirely on this team for the convenience of a bow and buffing my Jean's normal attacks. Pretty much. Okay. Good night, folks. See ya.